Good evening, you sack-licking smut bundlers, and welcome to Who's Online Is It Anyway, where the insurrections are made up and the glowies don't matter. I'm Toxic Male, and rocking this month's cover of Men's Health and Shitness, Fat Punisher.
You fellatio faggots. Oh, man.
Blake, you're in the arena.
I'm in the arena. And who else is in the arena tonight? Back to, in his legendary seat, Senior Airman Richard Fitzwell in the house.
Hey, everybody.
And we have another guest tonight. It's just a packed house. On the line from Discord, we got Loyal9. If you want to know who he is, you haven't subscribed to his Odyssey channel yet, you better figure that shit out. Link is in the Meat Gazer box.
Yep.
How you doing, good sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. Mm-hmm. So,
as good as a bunch of anti-communists can be on YouTube.
Yes.
Well, you're an anti-commie, so you're automatically my friend.
Yeah!
outstanding.
That means we can all drink together.
Well, but first things first.
Yes.
We had an individual check out on the 65 and out plan who was vaxxed and boosted.
Allegedly. Yeah, he had to go out on tour, and now he's in the sewer. Poor dude.
Here's to you, bro. Mr. Saget.
Raise one for Bob Saget. He was America's dad, even if he was a little bit creepy. Mm-hmm. And he did tell the best version of the Aristocrats joke.
Yep. But, what are you going to do? And we're going to see more of this, too.
Yes, we are.
Because of the EIU and the what was the name you made up for it?
The EIU?
Oh, the other one.
Oh, which one?
The Moderna with a.
Oh, yeah. Well, allegedly he he got spit roasted by Mauser and Federna. We don't know for sure, but I mean he was into that sort of thing. If you listen to his humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he sucked dick for coke, but the possibility does exist.
Well, it knows like that, man. He must have been snorting coke off somebody's ass.
Well, in Hollywood, that is not a very uncommon thing.
Yeah, I mean, you basically have to do it just to fit in.
Yeah.
So
forget that.
I think he turned the meme into a reality by actually getting his additional bump in the ass.
Oh,
You know.
you got additional bump in the ass, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he basically got a new life after Tourette's guy. And I guess he hated it, but I thought it was hilarious. Bob Saget!
He got a new life after Tourette's guy. Tourette's guy, you can't even find him on YouTube anymore, can you?
I mean, you can, but if you were to try to post a new video of that today, you'd get shot in the face for hate speech. And they would never let it happen.
Oh, man,
I remember, I think my favorite one of that was they were talking about Brent Spiner. Oh, yeah, he played Data on Star Trek. I wonder what he's doing nowadays. And he's like, mentioned like 12 pounds. He's probably getting fucked in the ass.
Censorship on YouTube is so bad now. I was actually doing a live stream a couple days ago, and I got a ban mid-live stream. Straight up, boom, nukes it. I was like, wow.
For what? Was it like a copyright thing or?
No, so I thought it was because I was covering the movie Contagion and how similar it was to what Planet
that was a good movie.
Yeah,
and boom, midstream, nuked it. And then so for everyone listening, I actually got that ban lifted. I threw a bunch of legal jargon into the appeal process, and I maxed every character out in there, and then they instantly approved it.
But still, they nuked it halfway through.
That happened.
Yeah, they nuked the stream halfway. Yeah,
that's what happened to Tim Pool. He got swatted in the midst of a live stream. He got swatted.
Yeah, that happened when we were live on Thursday.
Yeah.
We were getting like a blow-by-blow update, not to be confused with a staff meeting with Come Swallow a Harris, but, in the chat, everybody's talking about it.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? I hear that Senior Airman Fitzwell has another story for us. Yes. So before we get into anything, I think we need to give this man the floor.
All right.
All right. this was about the same time I pulled the first Dick Fitzwell alter ego out.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You pulled out Dick Fitzwell.
I pulled out Dick Fitzwell. Phrasing, yes. Anyways, it was, we do a pickup in Bagram at the lumber yard. One of those FOBs that's just constantly under siege.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it was an engine run unload, no big deal. And we're getting a bunch of these Joes on so they can get in the rear, chill out, do what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out and get in the rear. All right. I'm just going to go over here and lay down.
Oh, God. That did not come out well.
Yeah. Yes. Anyways. Well, it just happened to be one of those crazy nights, and we're flying back. And naturally, if coming out of the FOB, guys are anxious and whatnot, and they're not using any of the facilities on the aircraft. So they're just breaking all sorts of wind and just holding it until the plane lands, because it was a very small transitional flight from the lumberyard back to Bagram.
You said break wind.
There you go. Anyways, well, me and my boss, Dickie,
Okay.
he's looking at me, and he gets on the intercom for the aircraft. He goes, "Marty, did you shit your pants?" No. What the hell? Whatever, Dickie. We land. It still smells.
Oh, no.
It's that persistent. We offload everybody. We get the vehicles off, and it still smells. And Dickie's checking the honey buckets and everything, and he's like, "You sure you didn't shit your pants, Marty?" I'm like, "No." All right. So I'm cleaning up the aircraft. I'm still smelling it. And as I get to the left side of the aircraft,
Oh, no.
and I'm folding up seats, and I'm smelling it real bad. I'm like looking down, and I get my flashlight, and how we have those floor rollers. You know how the rollers on the C-130? We had to stack them up on the rails.
Uh-huh.
This dude took a shit in between the seats into the dual rails that were stacked.
Oh, my God.
It was an MRE shit. So it was one of those orange clusters that it has a name.
Yeah.
And I call Dickie over, and I said, "Found your problem, Dickie." "What?" He's like, "You know who was sitting there?" "Yeah." "What do you look like?" "I don't know. He's a stupid looking kid." Big old dip in his mouth.
It's all of them.
It's all of them. So anyways, and he goes, Dickie's like, "Go find him and bring him to me."
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, the aerial port people are already on board the aircraft. They're like, "Oh, dude, what's that smell?" And I said, "Hold up the buses. Nobody's leaving." "Oh, okay." So they radio back, hold up the buses. So you got this platoon of angry Army guys, anxious to sleep and shower and do whatever. So I go to the platoon sergeant and I say, "Hey, one of your guys took a dump on board my aircraft." "Yeah, so clean it up."
No.
Okay. All right.
Wrong answer.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. I got you, Sergeant. He goes, "What's the problem?" No, it's no problem. So what I do is I haul ass back to the squadron.
Uh-huh.
And there's the colonel, great colonel out of Alaska.
Ooh.
So I'm there and I'm going, "Sir," he goes, "Calm down, Marty. You know we don't do this in the Air Force." Okay. You're making a habit of doing PT in your flight suit, Marty. There's an issue here. All right. So what happened? And I told him the story. This kid took a shit on the aircraft. He goes, "Well, if it's in the honey bucket." "No, it's not in the honey bucket, sir." And he goes, "I got to see this."
Oh, no.
He grabs his hat, and we both walk out there. And so we go to the platoon sergeant and the platoon leader, and he says, "Well, my loadmaster says that one of your boys did not use the proper facilities on board my aircraft." Yeah. And that's when the platoon leader, this young lieutenant, goes, "Was that an issue, sir? I mean, what's the problem?" "Let me walk you through the process." Okay, so this lieutenant's like, "Oh." And so the lieutenant's like, "Do you know who it is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's that kid right there."
Oh, yeah.
And he says, "Okay, he's all yours." So I said, "Come here, you." He's like, "What?" Bragged on board the aircraft, and I said, "You were sitting right here because you had that dumbass look on your face like you do now. That's your shit. You get to clean it up. And the honey bucket is less than 20 feet away, but you just had to take a shit in between my freaking seats, in between the dual rails."
That's some rude shit.
Oh,
Right
it was terrible. It smelled. It still smelled. And Dickie was just like, "Oh my gosh, Marty, I can smell it from out here." It's an MRE shit, Dickie. We don't eat MREs in the Air Force. So, and so the kid's like, "Well, give me some bleach and stuff. I'll clean it up." You can't use bleach on aluminum, dum dum. It actually, that white powdery substance, that's actually aluminum being dissolved by the bleach.
Oh,
nice.
So
you can't use bleach. And the aerial port guys are like, hot water, some towels, gloves, and a red bag. Here you go, kid.
His toothbrush.
Nice.
So he's cleaning it up. And for about an hour, I'm making this kid go back to clean it up because it wasn't to standard. Even though aerial port, we still had to power wash it out because it was a biological.
Oh, yeah.
And so naturally, him being an E3, just had attitude. And then eventually when he got done 3 hours later, he starts grabbing his weapon, starts grabbing his gear. And I said, "Oh, you ain't done.
Oh, here we go.
You ain't done."
Nice.
And he goes, "What now?" I says, "You're mine for the rest of the night. So you need to elevate your feet off the freaking ramp of that aircraft in the airdrop position. And you need to start fucking pushing."
Oh, yeah.
I smoked the shit out of this kid. I mean, and after that, I grabbed the stool out of the aircraft to put it down, and I'm sitting, and I says, "Every time you run around the nose of the aircraft, you raise your rifle up and you yell, 'Charmin.'" And I made him run around the full perimeter of the aircraft. I literally had the SPs pull up and go, "Is there a problem?" "No, I got this.
No.
Don't worry about it." "What do you do?" "He shit in my aircraft and clean it up."
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Handle your business, Sergeant.
And they just kept driving off like it was no big deal. And then Dickie shows up with us. He's like, "Marty, you're going to kill him." "No, I'm not. You'll be okay.
It'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Drink water. You'll be all right."
Yeah, he's indestructible.
Yeah, he's indestructible. He's an E3. He's what, 18, 19 years of age?
Yeah, you can beat the shit out of those guys
Yeah,
forever.
literally. Okay.
Motrin and water, man. Walk it off.
Yeah, exactly. Motrin and water. Have a nice day. So this kid is literally smoked. His uniform is just drenched. Okay. And I said, "Okay, what did we learn from this?"
Don't shit on my
You're
aircraft.
using my tricks.
Yes. What did we learn from this? And all he said is, "Am I done?" "No, you're not now. You're not done.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You're not done."
You fucked up.
I mean, we're talking dying cockroaches. We're talking flutter kicks. We're
The whole
talking
deal.
We're talking the deal.
Yeah.
And when he was on his back doing flutter kicks, it wasn't the hands under the ass. It was the weapon in the air flutter kicks.
Full effect.
Yes. And I says, "Okay, and now we're going to do the V crunch. Legs and arms. You come up to a V and come back down. So we'll call that the rusty clam."
Not to be confused with Pop's ex-wife. Hey,
Hey, you're going to be sued, man.
So I had him for about 5 hours.
Yeah.
I smoked the shit out of him. His platoon sergeant actually had to come pick him up.
Oh, good.
Are you done with him? "Oh, you want to join this too, Sergeant?" You want to lead by example here,
Well,
Sergeant?
okay. First of all, if one of my Joes would have done some vile-ass shit like that, I'd have smoked the hell out of him.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that's fucked up.
This wasn't the first incident a regular Joe took a shit on board an aircraft without using the honey bucket. He literally took a shit in between the seats. Okay? I mean, it's just nasty because you got other
It's
people.
shit. It's nasty.
Well, the next day we were flying patients anyways, so they had to clean it.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought I saw it all at that moment. I really did.
Just when you think you've seen it all,
It was like, "Rigger,
somebody
please."
will come along and surprise you.
Yeah, "Rigger, please." Come on.
That actually brings me, there was a chat in here that I just thought was brilliant.
Okay.
Jordan's pathetic pet weasel has a name for this story. He calls it Rigger, Dickie, and Dookie. I like it.
No. But, Rumor was with me. He was a member of my team and in my platoon for a while. And this particular story, we're doing a air show. Selfridge. I don't remember the year.
That was 98 you did this.
Yeah, wow.
It was very distinctive.
They're distinctive. All right. So we're in the aircraft. We're doing the whole deal. And then they have the rope man, which is basically, it looks like a human, but it's made of that thick hemp rope. And it had like a uniform on. So I get like this crazy idea. I'm like, I should throw this out, right? And they're like, "Pop, you don't have a hair on your balls if you can't throw that rope man out the door." "Oh, it's fucking going now." So I'm standing in the door. Light goes green. Out goes rope man. I go rope right behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the chute opens, and I'm watching rope man, and then you can hear the crowd. We did an ambulance out to Tarmac 4. Tarmac 4. Everyone's going crazy. And I got yelled at so hard for that. They're like, it's not fucking funny. What happened? I go, I was just going out the door, and it was right there, and it caught on my leg, and I dragged it out. That's bullshit. That's my story, sir.
That's my
and
story.
I'm sticking to
What
it.
happened was,
But it was never a question of what happened was, or it was right. Yeah.
Right.
They knew best not to argue the situation. For one, it was the air show. Two, they didn't want to hold up their performances because everything had a scheduled block of time.
Yes.
So it wasn't like an immediate ass chewing. It was one for, we're going to have a conversation later.
No, I got yelled at. I got yelled hard at that man.
Well, we heard it through the brick.
Yeah,
That's how hard it was, because I've only heard of on other ass chewing happen like that where you could hear it through the actual brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had my ass chewed by the best of them, man.
But you still walked out in roses and
Yeah.
spades, dude. You
You stick to your story.
stuck to your story, and then nobody never bothered to question anybody else because they know we were like, yeah, that's what he said. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what happened, man.
And remember the forest fire?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we're doing we're LURS reconnaissance. We're doing like an exercise. We're in the field in Grayling, and there was a brush fire. And I remember we could see the smoke, and I'm like, and everybody's like, I think that's a forest fire. I'm like, nah, I think it'll be okay. And in 5 minutes, this wall of fire is like,
Yeah.
and all my guys are looking at me like, are we going to leave now? And then I'm finally like, yeah, I think we should go.
And who was the one? Who was the one that we saw running out of the fire? Goat Belly.
That's Goat Belly.
Goat Belly's just hauling ass out of the fire like this, looking behind him like nobody's going to notice.
Yeah.
He probably started the fire with his dragon breath.
Wow.
Well, he's the type of guy that couldn't thermally regulate his
'Cause-
body
'cause
because he was
had-
always cold.
Yeah. Because he actually had frostbite and hypothermia.
Oh yeah, he hated because he served in Alaska. He told us this one story where they did an airborne op, and the trucks were supposed to truck them back to base. Well, it was so cold the fuel froze.
Yeah, you're walking back.
You're walking
Damn.
back 25 miles in sub-zero temperature.
Yeah, he was a member of the Jumpin' Jews.
Yeah, he was the Jumpin' Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wore the Star of David.
It's a Black Star of David.
Jumping Jews.
And yeah, you're like, hey, you're a Jumpin' Jew. All right. Yeah.
No, but don't get banned for that. As we know, we're on a platform that doesn't really like to read its history. They would rather burn it.
Yes. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, but that day when the forest fire happened, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, first of all, honestly, we had nothing to do with that. I don't know how it started.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is we were running.
And that's your story.
I'm serious. Swear to God, I didn't start that fire.
I mean, Grayling had several fire breaks. We all saw the fire breaks.
That thing was always burning up.
But that's true because somebody would always discharge around. The hot brass would ignite some dry grass because the heat cat was always in July. Yeah, it was always in July.
Well, the heat cat was 2 steps from dead.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was that. It did, and we kept training. It didn't fucking matter.
Yeah. It didn't matter. If you're out there, they're not going to pick you up.
No.
Yeah.
Like, sir, it's 110 degrees.
Drink more water.
I don't give a fuck. You got a mission to do. Okay.
Okay, sir. But we don't do that in the Air Force.
No, you get hazard pay for that stuff.
We get hazard pay for high heat cat.
Oh, you don't like sleeping in a tent? That's okay. We got a nice bed and breakfast for you.
They do.
And there's going to be a nice lady inside named Helga with nice forearms. She's going to rub your back.
we would have took it. we would have accepted the option.
Nah, man. Nah, but yeah, that unit was one of the best units I've ever been in, man.
Yeah, we had the plethora of talent in that unit, especially the one kid that was an E2, but he was a nuclear physicist. I just couldn't get my
Oh
mind
yeah, I remember that kid.
I couldn't get my mind wrapped around it. It's like, dude, you're a nuclear physicist.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Something to do.
I want to jump out of planes, be a paratrooper. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Freeman.
Didn't he go to Ranger School?
No, I don't remember. But Freeman, he actually flies Apaches now.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, and he was a professor at Cornell University.
Okay.
He shows up, and we're getting ready to deploy to go to Iraq, right? And he is the big nose, skinny, wearing the yarmulke Jewish kid.
Yeah.
I mean, just stereotypical Jewish kid. And he looks he's a fucked up soup sandwich. So Lily, I'm like, why are you fucking here? And he looks at me and goes, because some assholes flew some planes into some goddamn buildings, and I'm a little pissed off. Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah.
I never question that man again.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could never really grasp anybody's logic for wanting, because they didn't know what the 425 was about until they got into the 425.
Yeah. Well,
Because the recruiters would sell them on the glam, the whole, oh yeah, you jump out of airplanes, chicks will dig you, you wear a beret.
yeah.
Okay.
And then when you show up at the unit, there's like the logo of the unit, and then not for the weak or faint-hearted.
For the weaker.
And they meant it.
Yeah.
They fucking meant it.
Yeah. And so immediately as soon as you walked into the unit, you've got your recruiter folder, you got your paperwork. Sergeant Campos would say, okay, he'd do all the paperwork, and everyone would just stalk around him like vultures like this.
Where's he going?
We're platoon. He's going to S&T, right? He hasn't been to bases. He got guys. He's a no-go. He's a no-go zone. Don't touch him. Stuck's like, okay, we got it. And Stuck would immediately claim that Snuffy.
Yeah.
Stuck was like always scouting S&T. What rank are you? A private E1. You're on my team.
Yep.
He'd always grab the Snuffies because he wanted somebody else to do the labor.
Well, and I had talked to him about this before because I noticed this. And he goes, I want them brand new so I could train them out as I like. I don't want to get somebody with bad habits, because breaking bad habits, it's a pain in the ass. Though I retreaded that entire 3rd platoon.
Yeah, you did.
When I took over a 3rd platoon, we had 2 people because the other platoon sergeant had ran them all out.
Who was that? That was
we're not going to say his name on there.
Oh, that's right. No names.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings here.
Yeah.
But
He's the one that screwed me out of Ranger School.
yes, that's the same one. And then I literally rebuilt that platoon from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
all from retreads.
Yeah. But
All
I'll just never forget Campos's look on his face when he saw all of us looking at the new Snuffies when they would come into the unit. They're in their civilian clothes, and they didn't get their haircuts, so they didn't shave or anything, and Stuck was all over him. Stuck was all over him.
That's good times, man. All right, what's the next thing on the list?
Well, you guys have been going on for a little bit, so we can actually do a few super chats if you like.
Okay.
And then we'll dive into the current events, and I'm sure our guest is just over there just guzzling beer like, I'm just going to let these motherfuckers talk. And it's just
Well,
some funny
I'm on beer number 4.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
now our guest, if you're going to go, you run your own YouTube channel. We're not going to go into a lot of detail other than your prior service. That's it. So
Yeah.
so you understand the lingo that we're talking about because you've actually walked the walk yourself. So.
Yeah. And the best place to find you is on Odyssey, if I remember correctly. That's what I put in the description. So if you guys want to follow Loyal9, links in the Meat Gazer box.
Oh yeah.
I'm everywhere. So
Everywhere. Just like us, we are currently rocking 6 different platforms here. Let's check it out here. We got 952 already watching us on YouTube.
Damn.
Wow, thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. 108 on Odyssey. And I did notice that there were some people in the chat saying they were here for Loyal9, so you got a loyal following. 56 on Twitch, and 63 on DLive, 35 on MGTOW.tv.
All right, so we're just shy of 1,300.
Out freaking standing.
Not bad.
All right, we started off the night with a We're Not Worthy because we got Rokins in here.
we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
$50 donation. Someone I've called brother wouldn't be here today, nor have full custody of his son if it weren't for the 2 of you. Was there for his darkest nights, and yet you were the rising sun. I've lurked in the shadows too long, but thanks for all that you've done. 409.
Formula 409.
Yeah, change it. Do it.
Do it, bitch.
Do it, bitch. That guy on the plane really could have used that Pringles can up there.
Hey,
Yeah, you could have.
look, you shit in one Pringles can, nobody ever lets you forget it.
It's a true story. Speaking of which, up there,
Nowadays.
It's just like, how did you manage it?
It was difficult.
it was very difficult. Grab that container of seasoning right there by the Pringles can. That's actually something that we forgot. We missed it when we were opening up all of your gifts and care packages on Thursday. It came with this note here. Wanted to send you some bullshit so you can fill up your give-a-fucks. Merry Christmas from Mr. Lee Palmer.
All right.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Have you ever just decided just to get a Vanna White with all of the products now you're beginning to endorse?
Yeah, maybe.
I just have moobs. I don't have actual tits. So I'm
We
not.
can get a nice pre-wall redhead, maybe. I know a couple.
Yeah. There's a lot of drama.
I think nobody else has brought this up but me.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
yeah.
I was looking for a nice pre-wall redhead for remake and challenge accepted anyway because I got ideas.
I got ideas.
Oh, there's some good ones too. Keith Peterson, Butt Gazer. Yeah, there it is. How you like that one? All right. James L. with a $49.99 donation. Thank you very much. OMG, the Fat Punisher joke made my drink come out of my nose.
All right. First of all, hang on.
He can take a good break.
All right. I wore. Hang on. How many phrases? I had a wardrobe malfunction
Sure.
because my belly was too big. It's 100% my fault.
It happens, man. It happens.
You just gotta take it.
Wardrobe malfunction?
You got to take it, man. There is going to be a pop culture this week. And let's just say that Fat Punisher makes an appearance. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh, hey, I got a text in saying we're not the first ones to let Grayling on fire.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah. And there's this, I know this retired major,
Oh yeah.
and he said he set Grayling on fire once too, and that would be an interesting story for him to tell.
Well, first of all, Grayling was always on fucking fire.
Yeah, we're not the first ones, nor will we be the last.
No, I remember the MLRS were firing their missiles, and everything's on fire. And they're like, they're trying to
You
drive
remember
out.
out in Grayling on that one road they had that tank?
Oh yeah,
Okay, you remember Joey from 12th Group, right? From Selfridge?
yeah.
Little Joey, he became
yeah.
a loadmaster.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
All right.
Good dude.
There was a time that his team was messing with it with a bunch of just demo. They had a bunch of demos, so they got bored.
I was there for this.
That'll do it.
And they put the deck cord
Yeah.
on the turret or underneath the turret. Well, they put too much. They didn't factor in weight as opposed to rapid expansion of the gas. It's just higher math. They blew the turret and it went at least 50 feet in the air and nobody knew where it was going to land. So you see all these freaking green beanies just,
I was there for that.
I think we better run.
I was there for that one.
Oh, you were there for that one.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
I mean, the
Don't dive
turret,
me in.
Joe told me, I mean,
It didn't go 50 feet, but it went up in the air, and it was at least 20 feet, and we're like,
time stopped.
at time stops. You're like, somebody's gonna get crushed. Maybe we should run. By the time you start running, it's over.
Yeah.
Nobody got hurt though. That's good.
Yep.
But it was like, when questions come down the line, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
And actually, at the demo range,
Yeah.
at Grayling, they were building a new range tower,
Uh-huh.
and we took the other one down.
Nice.
Well, we're tearing it down anyway. Let's demo it. We didn't ask anyone. Just blew the fucking.
Okay, we're done with our daily qualification for demo, so check that off the list.
Well, there you go.
No, man.
We just crossed 1,000 viewers on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in.
You never want to leave too much demo with grunts, man.
No, you don't.
No.
It was like that's the reason why you need officers to babysit grunts, because if they didn't have officers, grunts would just pretty much come up with some creative shit to kill you.
Which I did all the time.
Yes.
Isn't that why you're there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next super chat?
Yeah.
We're going to just run off at the mouth all night.
That's
Yeah,
what
we
happens,
will.
man. Sharpshooter James, evening, you British cigarettes. Just celebrated the 22nd anniversary of me being surprise evicted from my mother's meat suit. Awesome day. Cheers. Go dogs.
Well, congratulations on dropping out of the meat suit.
Yeah, 22 trips around the sun if it wasn't the little planet that could all over again. Keith Peterson, let's break the ice with a nice bud. Oh, another one, huh? I thought we just did that. We can look at that one, though. That's totally fine. All right, jumping on to the next one here. Deep Purple, 1987. What's the name of the Jeffrey Paul track you guys used at the end of that Twilight Zone trailer video you did? Please tell me, because it rules. It actually didn't have a name because it was an unused, unpublished track, which crime in Italy. So, Jeffrey, please publish the video on your YouTube channel. Give it a title. It's outstanding.
Amen.
And women.
That's gay. Stop it.
I know. Keith Peterson, what's hood, my rigga? Answer, the tasty part in front when you turn her around.
Damn.
And then the next question is, oversized clit or undersized dick? Crying game.
Oh, my God.
Crying game.
You'll never live that one down, man, you poor sack. Keone with a $10 donation. Much respect to you from an old port dog. Keep up the great content. All right, we will. Thank you very much, Tankers Boy Sabot. What is Pop's favorite whiskey? It's his girlfriend, man. Girlfriend's shaped like a dick, bro, but it's delicious.
Jameson Cold Brew.
It's absolute favorite.
That's right now. That's leading the pack right there.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Good choice.
Very smooth, very smooth. Jeff Schroeder. From your stories, this CB joined the wrong branch. It sounds like I had nothing but blue falcons around me. Oh.
Yeah. We had our share of blue falcons.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we weeded them out fairly quick.
We usually you get a couple warnings.
Yeah.
And if you keep fucking blue falconing, you're gone.
Well, who would keep them around for entertainment purposes?
Wasn't me.
Stuck.
Yeah.
Women would. They always keep their frenemies around. Keep your friends close and your frenemies closer.
Well, Stuck used to just like to punish people.
He did like to hurt people.
Yeah, but he's a different person now because I hang out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's totally mellow now, man. He quit drinking, the whole deal.
That is impossible.
No, he quit drinking. Yeah, he don't drink no more.
Impossible.
'Cause-
How is anyone's life so perfect they give up booze?
I don't know. I think he was going down a bad way, and he's like,
Well, he lived out in Texas for a while.
Yeah.
And he was working with this aviation group.
he made a lot of money.
He did make some money.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Next one, Alex Patino. Did you hear that Fauci has been trying to make trans monkeys? Our tax dollars well wasted. Yeah, I did hear about
There's
that.
all kinds of crazy shit that's coming out of that.
And then there's,
shit show.
the torturing dogs,
Yeah.
yada yada. Ugh.
This guy is like literally the island of Dr. Monroe.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he is.
Ugh. Bad movie, by the way.
It is terrible.
Cross
Marlon
stuff.
Brando one?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Val Kilmer? Yeah, that's
Yep.
terrible.
Did you see the Critical Drinkers video on Island of Dr. Moreau?
No.
Oh, give that a watch. It's better than the movie.
Usually, like most critics are usually the ones that will always kill the survivors after a war. But you got to appreciate some critics, though.
Yeah. He's damn funny. Mother Fornicator already crossed 1 million subs. He's only been broadcasting for 2 years. But hey, he knows what he's doing. Cross stuff with a $5 donation. If you did have a comment, it got deleted by Susie Q, so sorry about that. Jumping over to MGTOW.tv, Professor Blakey Poo with a $10. You bastards. Blake, do you think one day we'll develop a 1 petabyte micro SD card? Because right now we can fit 1 terabyte into something that small. It's insane. So much pay.
Yeah.
You know what? Shit, man. Back in the 1960s, computers were the size of this room.
Mm-hmm.
And now we live in Star Trek times, motherfuckers. So anything is possible.
Well, I mean,
Weren't they using data cards back then, or was it just reel to reel?
Real to real.
yeah. We landed spacecraft on the moon using a computing power of a
Arquebus?
calculator,
Yeah.
Yeah.
an 8-bit calculator.
And a slide rule.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, the way I had to do weight and balance for the aircraft, literally they had prior loadmasters use the slide rule.
Mm-hmm.
They were nice. I mean, it had everything we needed configuration, but it was literally in itself an art just to see them work the weight and balance out on the slide rule.
Ah,
Interesting.
what's the next one?
Your namesake, Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell on MGTOW.tv.
Yeah, how you doing? There's twin brother.
Yeah. Call me insidious, but if it's going to pop off, no pun intended, I'd rather it go off now to get it over with. I'm quite ready. 10,000 rounds of ammo, food, water, shelter, solar batteries, and several bug-out locations. I don't think it'll last too long. Just look at our enemies. Soy latte drinking soy boys who look like women and women who look like men.
I am going to say that is a valid argument.
Yes, it is.
It would be a very
Not
valid
wrong.
point.
Jumping over to Odyssey, Loyal Nine's mainstay here. Pastor Chatelet, Salty Army is Legion. Ree! Salty Space Pirate, the salt must flow. Salty Army is Legion. Lena D, 2M2M. Bagram, oh boy, here comes the Foblin stories. I don't know who that is.
Bagram.
Bagram, oh.
That's
Oh,
in
gosh.
Afghanistan.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was never in Afghanistan. I was just in Iraq.
I was at Bagram.
you're
It was an
wrong.
old Russian air base.
Yep. So was Goat Belly.
Goat Belly.
Goat
Gotta get him on
Belly
the
was
show.
dubbed the mayor of Kandahar.
I know that dude was fucking. he was.
He
that
was
motherfucker
connected.
infamous.
No shit.
Infamous.
He knew Karzai
Yeah.
personally.
Wow.
Yeah. I got to hit the pisser real quick.
Oh,
No,
of
he
course.
he knew Karzai personally. He showed me pictures
Nice.
because he actually rotated over there as for a weather group for the Air Force.
Wow.
But what does he end up becoming? The ultimate scrounger. There wasn't anything that man could get. He found lobster tail in Bagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You get that from like SF guys or from the Air Force?
What it was is that he'd like to do favors for favors, and he was always kind of like he was the middleman in everything, in every negotiation. And Walker's only Goat Belly's only price was, "Do I get to train with you? Let me train with you." He'd always train with the soft guys. That was his price. He would sew custom gear for these guys. He would also hustle and find materials that these guys needed. So, and Goat Belly.
Every unit has one of those guys.
Goat Belly is an extremely intelligent man when it comes to being in the military, because there isn't anything that man couldn't scrounge or acquire from another unit, squadron, or otherwise,
So he's like Red in the Shawshank Redemption,
but better.
but better.
Yeah.
If Goat Belly can get you a reinforced cement pad poured within a day, he'll do it just so that he could train with the unit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are what? Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I get to go out to the kill house with you and train, right? Well, I am pouring you a cement pad that's reinforced. Now, come on.
That's pretty much how he rolled.
That it was that, and just some exotic nature of porn.
Of course.
Yeah, he did like his porn.
Oh, back then,
It's just currency.
it was like I told you about our commo section earlier.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You remember we went over to his apartment and like one whole wall is VHS tapes of just porn.
I'm talking, but I'm just not talking your standard generic. This was some really quality exotic stuff.
Yes. Yep.
He says, "What do you want to watch? German,
Thai.
Thai. You want to watch girl on girl, Thai, boy on boy, dressed like a girl, Thai,
Polish. German.
Polish, German. I got
Why
Italian.
would he have that?
Hey,
And
that
why
was
is the
his
tape
deal,
stuck
man.
in the case?
That was his deal. I mean,
And he did have a legitimate subscription to Biggins.
yes, he did.
It was that magazine out of England.
Yes, with the big titties.
He had big titties. He had an
Sweet.
actual subscription to Biggins.
Yep. And I remember he would bring in I'd look at that stuff all the time.
Yeah. And he'd bring it into the planning cell, and he says, okay, I'm done with mine. Biggins. Where did you get that? And he's like, oh no, it's an actual magazine you can get out of England. And Pete's like, and you actually bought a subscription, you dumbass? Yeah. I mean, look at this. He's literally holding it up like this, and he's just like, how can you just? And Pete's just
I got it. Yep.
Got it.
seek help.
What's the next one?
Oh, man. You guys got stories for days. Polska Bob on Streamlabs. Gentlemen, beer monies. Blake, I hope you planning on sharing that pic that you sent Jimmy. +1. It totally looks professional, almost like you know what you're doing. I try. Pop culture episode, # happening this weekend. It's a really good subject, actually. We filmed it a while back. I just didn't get around to it. What do you bring to the table? Men versus women. It's an awesome subject. You guys are going to like it.
Okay.
Captain Mouthful of Ass over on Streamlabs.
All right.
Good name.
Jackal sent the next butt shipment and told me to stop eating ass, but I wouldn't be who I am now if I stopped. Really appreciate it. I'm going to be adding that to the tally for later on. Tony Stark, hey, Pop, the virtual machine I build can be tax deductible.
Ooh.
Outstanding. Well, he's got, I know you two have been talking already. You got some contact info going, so hit him up on the email. Donicide13. Cheers, gents. Sent the 50 cal pointers. Glad the 50 cal pointers getting good use, Pop. Good, bad, and evil. Wouldn't want to watch the West fall in any other company than the Redonkulas Regiment. Also, make Wino Blake great again. Noff. That'll be Thursday. We got Führer fuck off suckler. Pop, the Emperor found car 98K for just under $1,000. Don't judge him. Maybe part German, but he isn't going German angry yet.
All right.
Pop likes full German, and that has nothing to do with race. It has
right.
everything to do with body type.
All right. So the guest we have on the line,
Loyal 9.
Loyal 9, what exactly do you cover in your channel?
So I'm pretty much all anti-communist. It doesn't matter what it is. So I always say on my streams and in videos, like, how can you come to a solution if you don't even understand the problem? I think like most people don't even understand, like, our government was subverted back in 1933, and FDR was probably one of the worst presidents that we've ever had.
Amen.
Next to
So like
Barry Soetoro and our current Brandon.
Brandon, yeah.
yes, exactly, yeah.
Let's go,
And so,
Brandon.
I cover a lot of the history, and
Yeah.
then I draw the parallels between the presidents. Nothing new has happened. It's the same.
No, it's just an
tactics, just
acceleration
a
of
different
what we've been
battlefield.
seeing, because it's almost like they had a projected course, and then all of a sudden, they banked everything on the media.
Yeah.
We've got the media under our control. We're totally fine. Then 2016 happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're trying to take what they did to television, which is why television is a dying medium, and they're trying to do it to the internet, or at least to big tech.
Yes.
Which is why you are seeing just it's going to go away. I mean, platforms like YouTube at this point in time, they're on borrowed time. And it's only a matter of time before they implode.
Well, it's also because what YouTube is doing is they're literally fueling their competition.
Yep.
It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
hey,
had
what do we
no
know?
competition 5 years ago.
I know. They had nothing.
They cornered the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like Daily Motion,
Yeah.
whatever.
Which you
YouTube
can't
used
even
to be
put
that
Amazon
place.
links
It was
in.
like it was the cool where you could go see the Tourette's guy and everything. And then now
Exactly.
it's like
This is a platform
all
built on
fucked.
gang fights, Tourette's guy, and scantily clad women in all of your thumbnails for clickbait.
Well,
Yep.
Now, all of those things get you banned.
now what about bum fights? They would do bum fights.
Bum fights, too. Yes. Oh, we got to love bum fights.
Yeah.
they corporatized.
Yeah.
They chased the money dick, and then now they're like, ooh. Now they're starting to lose people in Odyssey.
No wonder they love
Issue,
Kamala
Rumble.
Harris. They have so much in
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They went horizontal, hoping they'd go vertical.
Well, I have a suspicion that YouTube has that paid platform.
A YouTube Premium or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah.
I have a feeling down the road, the old YouTube is going to get boxed up and put away, and then either you get an invite to be on the premium YouTube to make stuff for them, or you're out.
Well,
And that will be the end of YouTube right there.
yeah, they'll be gone. It'll be done.
Because nobody's going to pay for that.
No.
They'll go to
And I even
they'll
have,
go
like,
to the
people that
alternates,
aren't
like you
tuned
said,
in.
Rumble, Getter.
Yep.
What you're saying there, Wild Man?
I know people that aren't even tuned into this whole situation we're in, and they're like, why is YouTube removing the dislike button? I use that as a reference if this was a good video.
Because Brandon gets fewer viewers than we do on a live stream, and
Yeah.
and his dislike ratio. I mean, the like ratio on those was room temperature, man. It was just Oh,
So Nick at Night
Hilarious.
gets more views than a presidential.
yeah.
Yep.
And you want to know how sorely bad television is dying? I actually looked this up. Of the top 40 rated television shows, the vast majority of them were football for 2021, and then like 14 of the remaining ones were all episodes of NCIS, a show that's been on for like 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
That's how much television is dying.
Wow.
Yeah.
And CNN has continued to plummet. Fourth quarter was down another 75%.
Are you talking about the Child Nudity Network?
Yeah, the Child Nudity Network.
Well, ever since Veritas went after. I mean, he actually chased out Wolf Blitzer, chased out who's that other guy?
Chris Cuomo's gone.
Chris Cuomo's gone.
It looks like Joy Reid on MSNBC is going to be gone.
Joy Reid stepping down. And who's the other guy, the other silver hair guy that.
Anderson Pooper.
Anderson Pooper. Because I
likes
remember.
it.
CIA asset.
Well, I remember seeing him at Katrina when he was just bragging about how he saved one person's life, and you got a flight line of aircraft, and all these other guys are like, you saved one person. Well, we just did a 3-ship rotation, and we took hundreds. Okay, get out of here. Whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, Anderson Cooper. I'm sure there's something up with that guy because I'm surprised that he hasn't been taken off the air because his ratings are non-existent.
Yeah,
Yep.
Who watches his show?
I don't.
CNN's ratings in general are
Reports.
non-existent. They have under, I think their top viewership now is something like in the 600,000s. They're not even cracking 1 million on most of their shows now.
Usually, if
They're
you couldn't
averaging
They
reach,
need
much.
Trump now.
if you couldn't reach the 1 million mark, that means the death of your programming, right?
Yeah.
And didn't the Golden Globes? They weren't even shown on any network, weren't they?
I don't know. Did they even happen?
Yeah, the Golden Globes did happen, but that's right. That didn't happen on any network.
No.
So
Wow.
no fucks given.
That's a good sign then.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nobody
it is.
gives a
People are
fuck.
kind of waking
We're
up
like,
a little bit.
Fuck, I don't want to watch this
I think
shit.
everybody's just getting tired of the
Woke.
wokeism. This just we're imposing our will upon the people because you're weak-minded and you're watching the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody's buying it anymore.
And no one's buying this shit either. I'm going to jump us right in here into this first subject just because it's hilarious. We can't get too in detail, of course.
Of course, we got to talk around it.
This is, once again, CBS lying by structure, just like a certain Supreme Court justice we all know and love. Motherfucker, leave me alone. Stupid Yahoo News. Alarming number of children hospitalized with the Yahoo. You want to know what the alarming number is? Lies by structure, ladies and germs. Children under 5 years old, 4 in 100,000. That's the alarming number. 0.004%.
What? Oh my God!
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
You want to talk about manufactured sheeple fear?
Yeah, they are literally. Yeah, you're right. They're trying to manufacture fear. My child's not safe. I got to put him in a bubble.
Oh, did you see?
The sad thing is this will work.
People
It'll
will
work.
buy into it. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see the spectacular mimetic self-own of these sheep farmers who arranged their sheep into the shape of a syringe to promote the vaccination? And I'm like, wow. Ironic as shit that they would do this with sheep, and that's the only thing this fucking shit's gonna work on. Give me a break. Wow.
Crazy.
But the main subject for tonight, and the reason why we wanted to get all of you gentlemen in the room together, present company accepted on the phone here, the military.
Yep.
It is spiraling uncontrollably into the shitter. And it didn't begin with this, but it definitely escalated because they acknowledged flat out that the draft is unconstitutional because it doesn't include women. And then it finally came to put it to the vote. Yeah, we know it's unconstitutional, but we're going to let it fly anyway.
Yeah, fuck it.
Lawmakers drop proposal to add women to the draft as defense bill headaches mount. The bill also won't include repeals of past war authorizations. Pussies! Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest here. The way that the government is handling the military, they're removing all of the incentives to have it remain a voluntary force.
Yeah.
Okay. And there will come a time that it will be mandatory that when you get out of high school, you're doing 2 years, you're being
A conscription army. We're the only country that doesn't do conscription. England? England's another one.
I'm not sure. All I know is like their retention rates are shit.
Well, look what they're instilling into the training regiment.
I know it is crazy.
And with Loyal 9 here, I mean, what is it like now? The culture.
Well, he's prior service.
He's
just
prior
got
service.
out. Yeah, he just got out.
Okay. So if you just got out, what was the culture like just before you got out?
So it's brutal. They're coming down hard on everyone that is conservative. They're coming hard on anyone unvaccinated, unpotioned.
Potion.
Here's a really good example. Yeah, I call
we could stick with us
mystery potion.
spit roasted by Mauser and Federna. We can just
Yeah.
It's not Pookie and Ray Ray anymore. It's Mauser and Federna.
Pookie and Ray Ray.
If you're unmisered, unfederna'd, it's brutal. I mean, I have guys that contact me, and they're like, "Hey, man, I'm having to sign like counseling statements every week, every month, and they're threatening us with dishonorable discharges. The training value is being taken out. A lot of courses like special forces, civil affairs, psychological operations, all the special operations courses are just getting beat down really hard." I got a friend who sent me a picture of the current sergeant major of the Army has been mailing out these surveys to troops right now, and the survey is all about sexual harassment.
Can you get me one of these surveys?
Climate surveys, nothing.
Can you get me one of these
one of those climate surveys?
I want one of these surveys, and I will send it to the sergeant major of the Army myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I can mail you one.
We can read it on the
I had
air.
someone send me pictures. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it wouldn't be the first time I've pissed off a sergeant major of the Army.
You know what you do is just hit your notes tab, hit your note app on your phone, and it'll give you a PDF option. Take a picture of it, and it'll put it into a PDF, and you just send it to Pop that way. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you've got our emails too. So
yeah, do it that way. But yeah, climate surveys in the Air Force when I was in, we're pretty much centric to sexual harassment, but they were already a step ahead of the Army because that was 2013, 2014.
Ugh.
Because we worked a little bit more closely with women, especially in the aviation group.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I know is the climate surveys that I ever saw in KPOC.
Yeah.
They're bullshit. They didn't care. I mean,
they don't care. It's a check in the block.
Yeah, we literally nuked this one commander. It was like 98% of the people said we don't have confidence in this particular commander, and they still kept that commander. And that commander was Dina.
Oh, we got another request from that. We got another request from that survey from a retired Army major.
Oh, okay.
He wants a survey too.
Yeah. I'll send that shit right to the sergeant major of the Army with a big picture of me like.
You got to send me that. Send me that as well too. Not with just the survey, not with the middle finger. All right.
All right.
I want.
It makes no promises.
You know what would be hilarious? If I take the picture in my greens or my blues, and I have all the swag on, and I'm giving the sergeant major the fucking finger.
Yeah.
He'll look for me because he'll think I'm still in the service, and then he'll be disappointed because I'm retired.
My evil plan is complete.
That would be awesome.
I'm dealing with Pinky in the brain over here.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Take over the world.
Of course. Oh, man. You mentioned them trying to squash out any conservative mindset, and that actually leads us directly into this next one here. This is just a sham and a half. Army officer relieved of command facing discharge over racist social media posts. Now, I'm going to go through and read some of the examples that they actually provide. So the ones that they're providing, those are the ones that they think, these are the smoking gun. This is going to make people, sway them to our side. Steve Bainan and Konstantin Tarapin, who wrote this piece of shit, you're not journalists. You are carpetbagging shitheads.
Well, this is
you
military.com.
Need to just circle jerk each other.
Yeah.
So that's just a lower enlisted schlep
It's
rock.
kind of like if you go to the VA, the quality of doctor. They got they got the C+ during med school.
Way down.
It's like people who
Just
graduated.
look at the picture they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Some
people who
fatty
graduated
six.
dental school in the Philippines.
Really a dyke.
Look at that fat ass motherfucker.
Welcome to the androgynous military. So you go over here. Lieutenant Colonel in the Army Reserve was relieved of command in 2020 and now facing removal from the force after he peddled racist opinions to his troops and peppered his social media accounts with a consistent flow of outlandish posts attacking public officials that his own lawyer described as racist, inflammatory, and in poor taste. Fire your lawyer.
That's right. Actually, you can actually get that lawyer's license yanked.
Yeah. So now we're going to get into some of the examples. I'm going to ask you to spot the lies.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, there are none.
All right.
Lieutenant Colonel Michael Spillane, a medical officer with the 7207th Medical Support Group based out of Webster, New York, wrote a memo to soldiers under his command in June of 2020, warning them of the medical crisis created by China. Factually correct. Mm-hmm. And that peaceful assemblies have turned into riots, looting, and shooting.
Which is true.
Factually correct. In fact, $2 billion plus in insurance claims, more than correct. Over 36 people dead that we know of. Wow.
Okay.
It was a memo full of typos and half-truths.
Well, who cares?
Well, personally, I'm not seeing anything but full truths. So I would like to see some proof of this. You know, but this is what they lead with.
Yeah.
Just to show you how weak this shit is. They lead with this. And then you go down the page here, they got a few more here. And then they finally admit, about halfway down this article, that all of this is posted on his personal social media.
Mm-hmm. It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, now...
This is all private.
They're making an example of him.
No.
Well, yeah, they all make an example.
For them to kick him out of the service, he's going to need to get a court-martial. There's not enough there to court-martial him on anything.
No.
My guess is this. He already has his 20, and he's basically getting invited to go to Fort Living Room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got your 20-year letter, you're golden.
Yeah. And by the time you become a lieutenant colonel, you're really close.
Yeah.
I bet you he's inside a sanctuary.
Yeah.
There's nothing they could do to him. He just ride out till 20
He's Teflon.
and tell him to fucking to double deuce him out.
You want to hear some more of these
I think
examples?
we're trying to do other than honorable on him.
Yeah. Oh, it's one like as soon as Biden said, "Well, I'm not for honorable discharges for anybody refusing the poke." It's like, good luck with that, you demented fuck. Another post that Spillane shared was an altered cream of wheat box cover that replaced the product name with the phrase "cream of nothing" and swapped out the now removed smiling African American gentleman's face with that of President Barack Obama.
That's what probably got him in trouble right there.
I don't see the lie, though. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying, though. I mean,
Although cream of nothing, not really so sure about that. Pretty sure Barry likes to take his cream right between his butt cheeks. A Big Mike!
Big Mike.
And now here's
Not the Magic Mike.
not the Magic Mike, the Big Mike.
The
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
Mike.
yeah.
There's no one can hide a hog that big. I'm just saying. Like, have you seen that thing?
I saw the picture. You can't hide it.
Looks like smuggling a squirrel.
Ugh.
It's like Buffalo Bill. Silence of the Lambs.
It puts the
My
lotion on its
horses.
skin. Oh God! Don't do that, man. Pop is back there. I'm glad. I don't think he heard you.
Keep going.
Would you fuck me?
Ah! Ah!
All you got to do is remind him of that scene, and his mind just goes. Ah!
I couldn't watch that actor in any other thing he played for years. I just couldn't get beyond it.
Now here's his lawyer talking. The posts were objectively sexist, bigoted, and offensive. See, the problem with those three things is that they're abstracts, and therefore they cannot be objective. So this lawyer needs to stop practicing law.
Well, first of all,
Fire the lawyer.
this lieutenant colonel could write an IG complaint going after his JAG attorney,
Yeah.
and he could file, depending on the state he's in, he could go after the law license of the JAG attorney as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
At least his lawyer followed it up with, the question is, what jurisdiction does the military have over a reservist in his private capacity on his private Facebook? Our legal research says none.
None.
So they're doing this to reservist?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good luck! Oh my God! Do you know how hard I tried to hammer some people in reserves for doing stupid shit?
But that's
and I
how
couldn't.
stupid this is.
Well, no, I've had soldiers do some crazy stupid shit, And they did it on the civilian side, so there's nothing I could do.
Well, that just goes to show you that the military is becoming another Marxist arm of a globalist shit establishment.
Correct.
Because there's no real problem in there, so they have to create one and make an example out of someone they can't even make an example out of.
But they're sure as shit trying.
They're sure going to try.
Yeah, and you know what?
You guys hear about the
what?
The first SF female, the National Guard female?
Yeah, the one
shot
that they
someone in her
fucking
apartment?
they pampered the fucking the standard to get her to go through.
No, this is a different one.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The Navy one?
The different one. Yeah, this is a different one here. The one we're going to be talking about today is the one in the Air Force.
In
This
the
is a different one
pararescue.
here?
Yeah.
It's a different one now.
No. Listen, like they let a couple chicks through SFAS. They shouldn't have made through. Ranger School. Listen, I talked to the RIs. There's like 6 or 7 of them who were working in the classes where the first 4 women made it through Ranger School.
Yeah.
And they're like, these women quit. They're sent to the rear. They got all kinds of coddling and bullshit and additional training so they could make it. No. What a bunch of shit.
First female Green Beret faces
This is what I'm looking at. This is what you're
talking.
talking about here. So this is from about a year ago here. Holy cow. No, I didn't see this, but we're going to add it to the sources after the show. Check this action out. First female Green Beret faces minor misdemeanor charge for accidentally firing a gun.
Inside of a Colorado apartment.
So she was like cleaning her gun, and then somehow, being a Green Beret, she didn't check to make sure it was unloaded.
Oh yeah,
and
just the
fired
round jumped
off
into
her
the chamber all by itself.
Because that does happen
Oh, it happens all the time.
all the time.
Oh, she thought they said green bidet because she likes to have her pootie washed.
Okay.
No. I remember.
Crazy.
I remember in Iraq, I had to go to a lieutenant colonel, a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 accidental discharges in a row in the clearing barrel. I literally walk up, I took his pistol, cleared it, put it in my pocket. He's just like, Sergeant, that's my pistol. Yes, it is, sir.
You'll get that back at the end of the day.
Well, I need to have that. Oh, you can send your commander to come get it. I'm in the 425 or across the... Yeah. So they sent a full bird colonel to come get his pistol. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I made the colonel sign for it. And then I wrote my own statement about how unsafe the whole fucking thing was. And if somebody gets shot, I'm going to make sure the right people know and people get burned to the ground.
Yeah,
Woo!
the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not the right thing to do. And this is a brand new story. It's still hot. We just got an update on it yesterday, which is why we decided to cover it with this group here. Air Force accused of pushing woman through elite commando training after she quit, spurring investigation. So not only did they push her through and give her special privileges, she quit, and they still insisted on pushing her through because my equity went.
Yep. That's right.
She quit multiple times.
Yes, she did.
Yep. And, I mean, when I went through Ranger School, all you had to do was raise your hand and say, I quit.
Mm-hmm.
And within an hour, you're out of the course. And by the end of the day, you're on the first thing smoking back to your duty station.
But what they want to be able to say to the media, the same media that was, so trustworthy, if she completes the program, she'd be the first woman to make it into the elite special tactics field. A major win for the Air Force.
Oh, she was a TAC P. All right. She wasn't a PJ. She was a TAC P.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but what fucking business does shit like this have in a meritocracy?
It shouldn't.
Just asking.
I mean,
I just want the OER bullet.
Ugh.
It could be.
Listen.
I was the first commander to have a female pass under my within my cadre through a special operations program.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be a ribbon on his freaking scare tab board.
yeah, as if he needs more fruit salad on his chest. Exactly. Emphasis on fruit.
Yep.
In the Air Force.
I'm beginning to see now that some of these kids who are just getting just this deck on an E4 with 5 rows. Hey, did you deploy? No.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you get all those awards? I helped this unit deploy. I helped this unit deploy. I helped this unit deploy.
Yeah. Or officers are horrible at that.
Oh, they'll pull people off of a chalk just to get the combat patch and the star. You saw that during Panama.
Yeah, they tried to pull me off.
Yeah. No, you can't pull me out of the chalk.
My platoon sergeant, who was Sergeant Greenway, who became the regimental sergeant major after years later, basically told this one first lieutenant he's going to push his face in if he didn't get off his fucking bird.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not pulling any more of my people. Get the fuck out of here. And I remember they're like, well, hey, Sergeant, this isn't your lane. He like stands up and he's like, I'm about to start fucking people up, yo. And like literally, these officers are like, well, okay.
Well, even the same stories were true for Grenada.
Yeah.
They were pulling mission essential people out of an actual,
out of the bird,
off this, because as you're walking to the aircraft, as soon as you walk past the tables of all the fun stuff, grenades, ammo, these officers would go, you look useless. Come here. And they would insert themselves into the chalk, write themselves on the manifest.
So they get the jump star.
So they get the jump star, the combat patch, and the CIB.
Correct.
Would they actually do anything, though?
So you have all these privates who are considered pretty much at that point essential because they're carrying all the dumb stuff that you don't want to carry. So they're essential. All right. They're carrying all your beef jerky and bullets. And you just pulled your food.
You forgot batteries.
And batteries. You just pulled your lifeline out of off the chalk. So when you got on the ground, you're combat useless. Where's my private?
Wow.
And they would have this boy tethered to them on a jump so they wouldn't wander too far away. Because, kind of metaphorically speaking. But yes, these staff officers would pull mission essential people off of an actual combat jump.
Yep.
Just to get the bullet on their OER.
Wow.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It's not a myth.
In fact,
It's a fact.
when I saw Sergeant Major Greenway do that to those officers,
Yeah.
I learned a lesson that day, and I did the same thing moving forward for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
I never allowed officers that weren't authorized, to touch any of my shit or stick their fucking, their thumb into my business. I shut that shit down on the spot.
Well, when we were doing a container drop in Afghanistan, and we actually had two officers that wanted to get on board the aircraft to watch the container drop at high altitude. Aerial port's like, no, you're not on the manifest. And it was just this 5'2" nothing of a chick telling this colonel and this lieutenant colonel, no, sir, you're not on the manifest. This is a high altitude combat drop. They don't have the O2 to supply you. It's like you can't take the loadmasters off because they're going to pull one of us loadmasters off just so they can watch a container drop at high altitude. No, you're not doing this.
I mean, that's how stupid it gets.
Just so that they can have their board that day. So let's go watch a high altitude CDS bundle drop, but we're going to pull mission essential people off the aircraft.
Oh, they got to have their slides for the next PowerPoint.
Oh, PowerPoint's everything. So tell us there, Loyal 9, how powerful was the PowerPoint gods?
Oh, the PowerPoint gods. They think they know everything. But usually, so I knew this guy, right? He was the weirdest motherfucker I've ever met. He could rock a PowerPoint, but you get him out in the field, you get him start running like tactics and he falls apart. Captain.
Okay.
Couldn't function. Completely unfunctional.
I've known quite a few like that. All right,
but he could rock a PowerPoint like it was nobody's business.
Well, if you can't do anything else.
Hey, that is an essential skill to have to promote in the Air Force. PowerPoint. How is your Microsoft proficiency? I'm only up to 10. Ooh. You suck.
What's the next one, Blake?
I bet watching that Gorman character in Aliens pisses off a lot of these people who are used to this guy. And I thought, how many drops is this for you? 38. Simulated.
Yes.
How many combat drops? 2, including this one. Just a quick aside here from Texas Rail Dog to you, Senior Airman Richard Fitzwell. He wants you to know that he's a huge fan, and he wants to buy you a bottle of whiskey, and he's going to mail it to us, and then we're going to deliver it to you the next time you're on the show.
Outstanding.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You drink whiskey?
Dude.
Yes, I'll drink whiskey.
Yes.
He'll drink anything.
Just like that, because I always offer you a drink, and you're like, no.
Is he the Texas Air Guard? Did he say anything about that?
No, which guy? Loyal 9 or the guy?
The guy.
Texas Rail Dog? No, he actually works for the railroads.
Oh, okay. because I flew with a bunch of guys from Texas, and they're the ones that introduced me to
squirrel bladder, man.
What's her name? Who was that one huge socialite back in the early 2000s? What was her name? She went to jail for a day.
Lindsay Lohan?
Not Lindsay Lohan.
Talking about Martha Stewart?
No, not Stewart. She was that dumb blonde and didn't know how to put gas in her own car.
Paris Hilton?
Gosh, the Hilton. One of the
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton. They introduced me to the Paris Hilton Oren Pay video. They're like, hey, watch this, Marty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's Paris Hilton. It says, yeah. This is the most boring shit I've ever seen. She can't.
Wasn't even that good.
No, it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't even that good. And I'm just watching this and I'm like.
It was more entertaining afterwards when Shannon Doherty saw the sex tape and put 2 and 2 together because she was actually married to the dude in the tape at the time it was recorded.
I didn't know
She
that.
did the backward math. Saw Paris Hilton out in public and beat the shit out of her.
Now that I would have watched.
I would have watched that all day long. Cat fight! Cat fight.
Way more
Want to
entertaining.
watch Shannon Doherty beat the shit out of Paris Hilton would have been an awesome video.
That would have been a great video. Because you always know whenever there's a cat fight, a titty pops out.
Yeah.
1 or 2 at least.
At least, yeah. I mean, if it's not, then it's just lame.
If you're lucky, it's 1 tit from each.
Exactly, yes. Or you could just go to Oren Pay Hub and see them both in the full effect, if you know what I mean.
I heard
not that I would know or anything.
Didn't Doherty do her own?
Not a sex tape, but she did a one of those erotic thrillers that went straight to video. You know, after Basic Instinct, and they became popular again for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
That's where you get your body of evidence with Madonna and all, Sliver, all those really shitty movies from the 90s.
Madonna can't act.
No.
Yeah. She was all right in the baseball movie, The League of Their Own, but that was an ensemble thing.
Yeah.
They had everybody else carry her lack of talent.
Yeah, there's no crying in baseball.
No, there's no crying in baseball.
Air Force rejects accusation that it lowered standards to ease path for female special operations training. Now, this article was released the exact same day as this one, Friday, January 7th. A few moments later. Air Force admits to lowering physical fitness standards to allow women to join elite unit 3 days later. Didn't even take a week.
Shocker.
Okay.
Shocker.
What year was this?
This is just happening. This is going on present.
From what I remember from the Air Force PT tests, speaking from a guy who has taken the Air Force PT test several times. And the first one, when I first went into the aviation unit, literally disqualified me for flight because my pulse rate was too high in resting.
Huh.
And after I got done doing push-ups, they take your, well, no, you're on a, it was a treadmill. And then they take your pulse after that, and they do some higher math that didn't make any sense. Your pulse rate's too high, you failed the PT test.
What?
Wow.
My resting pulse rate was too high. It was a really obtuse PT test, so they just went back to the standard push-ups, sit-ups, and run. Oh, well, that made perfect sense, but they always still taped your waistline. In the Air Force, everyone had to look like, be the size of Pee Wee Herman, literally.
Yeah, their height and weight are pretty strict.
Their height and weight standards in the Air Force are ridiculous.
They're strict.
Very strict.
Yeah. Let's. I gotta.
Oh, here we go.
I gotta show you this here. This is just too beautiful. Memo claims that the woman first received preferential treatment during the Special Tactics Officer selection process after she quit a swimming test. Despite this, she was invited to return. Like you just said, if you voluntarily quit, they're like, they sign you out. you're done.
Officer selection process.
You quit anything and you're done.
Yeah. And as an officer,
Yeah.
You're
you
doubly
can pretty
done.
much forget it.
Yeah.
Despite this, she was invited to return to attempt the training again, which itself was a violation of societal norms in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
The memo continues by describing how the woman self-eliminated on multiple occasions after she continued to fail various physical fitness exams. Nevertheless, she was directly approached by the Air Force leadership and encouraged to stay in the training pipeline despite her effort to self-eliminate/quit. Those in leadership allegedly predicted that she would ultimately pass the exams regardless of if she meets the standards or not. Now, for those of you who need
Just
a quick
Ranger School
refresher,
2.0.
yeah. Quick refresher. Boop. New Army combat fitness test. 84% of women fail.
Shocker.
So what happens if you
Imagine that.
insist on pushing these people through to the front lines?
They die.
they marginalized the whole thing to where they think they could pass, but whoever tested the new PT test certainly had some shortcomings, unless it was one of those, hey, it looks great on paper, boys. Well, let's push it through.
Yeah. Well, it'll make us look good in them there Marxist rags.
That's what it sounds like to me, because, I mean, I did CrossFit for a few years, and, I've seen some women hang at doing the exercises during the whole 1 hour of grueling exercise, the torture. But if you got an 84% failure rate amongst the females,
That's a problem.
it is a huge problem. So what's the Army doing for its litmus test on this? Still pushing the PT test? Unless they had
I think they've actually changed the standard.
Oh, they had to
But
dumb it
they
down?
always
I think they dumbed down the standard.
Oh, they dumbed it down?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured that.
I know some guys still in, and they were saying that the women are always failing the leg tuck portion, which is fucking easy. Any one of you guys could do 20 of those and max it.
What is that? The
Women,
leg what?
they only
Leg tuck.
Leg tuck.
leg tuck. It's like where you hang on a bar and you bring
lift your
your
legs.
knees to your elbows. It's not that hard.
Okay.
The women on standard is only, I think, like 3. It's a joke. The women can't even get 3. Now they've changed it to where you have to do a plank. I think like 2 minutes or something like that, which again is not that hard.
Wow.
Just continually dumbing down the standard.
Yeah,
It's dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
it is.
That's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. And dumbing down the standard. Here we go. This is not a new thing, unfortunately. Female Army Rangers got special treatment to ensure they graduated, say military sources. This goes all the way back to 2015.
Correct.
First females to ever graduate from the U.S. Army's Elite Rangers School were given special treatment to ensure that they graduated under pressure from the Pentagon, say military sources.
Oh, it's GI Jane all over again, but yeah.
Yeah.
And they're from West Point.
Oh, I figure.
More worthless pieces of shit that came from West Point.
As if that wasn't already useless enough.
I do not have.
I know you disdain West Pointers.
hate them.
It's like
And
useless
the
with a
only
coat
officer
of paint
you ever respected is one that started off as a buck private, went to college. Hey, I'm going to get a commission. Okay. Now, they turned out to be some squared away troops because they knew what it felt like to suffer.
Yeah.
Military subordinates claim a general had told them a woman will graduate Ranger School, at least one will get through.
That was during the Obama administration, so you had to figure.
Yeah. The old bummer. Or old bomber if you were a Middle Eastern civilian. Just saying.
well.
My dad was a drill sergeant back in the 90s, and I remember him telling me, he was I remember sitting in his office, and I remember him telling me like that him and the company commander were talking about the privates out in the bay, and the company commander goes, "You just wait, there's going to be females there." And my dad goes, "Yeah, that's never going to happen." Ha ha ha. And
There we go.
I got it now. Yep.
Yep.
Now you have impersonators.
Yep. And then this goes back to 2013, but you know what? I think we need to bring it back and make it great again. Marines survey, about 17% of male soldiers would leave if women move to combat roles. That number jumps to 22% if women are assigned involuntarily to those jobs.
Yep.
Seems like a sensible thing because, you know, if you dumb down the standards and then push those people to the front lines, all you're doing is filling more body bags, and that is not what people fucking sign.
Well, this is what scares me here. Say the balloon goes up, and you have to go forward to do combat roles, and you have women, and they're not making the standard.
Mm-hmm.
They're not cutting it. They're falling behind. You get into a situation where you need to leave that soldier behind to complete a mission, and that soldier gets zapped. You're going to get fucked over.
I know it becomes cancerous because it can kill the rest of the team.
Yes. So you have to you get put in a situation where like, okay, I could save 11 people's lives and sacrifice this one, or save this one and lose 11.
Well-
It's a no-win situation.
Well, like back in the 425, we had selection and training.
Uh-huh.
hence selection and training. If you couldn't cut it and during selection and training, you're not going to the teams.
That's right.
But if they're just falsifying and dumbing down the standards, especially in these combat roles like Ranger School, SF,
That's serious business.
of course it's serious business. I mean, men can no longer just have an environment for men, but women are allowed their safe and cellular environments to, exist in their little echo chambers. God forbid. Oh, you got a bunch of long tabbers hanging out like I saw in Bagram. These guys literally made a paradise for themselves, and they had their groupies running around topless.
Nice.
It was hilarious.
Right?
I'm serious. These SF guys literally had groupies. We drop them off the plane. These SF guys would just swagger off, beards, whatever. They look like gypsies with rifles. Okay? And the girls would pick them up in these vehicles, take them back on the Camp Vance. And then, 3 days later, I was invited to come on and to discuss how do we airdrop donkeys.
Nice.
All right.
I said, why don't you just get the team medic and trank them and just put them on a standard 64L pallet?
How do you airdrop donkeys?
You palletize them.
You drug AOC, take her up into the plane, throw her out the back.
So, because the team medic is usually a veterinarian, but they needed pack animals to carry a lot of their shit in the mountains.
Yeah.
How do we airdrop a donkey? Nothing in special procedures, Sergeant.
What an ass.
He goes, well, let's figure it out there. Okay. Hey, you want a beer? What? It's Camp Vance. We're not Bagram. We're Camp Vance.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's sit down and discuss this. And they had all these girls, all these little groupies. And I said, okay, I'm talking to the team daddy. So how many heartbreaks occur on a daily basis here? Fuck them and forget them.
Nice.
They're the ones that want to hang out with us because we're super cool.
F&F.
We don't look like everybody else.
I'm not going to say
I think
you're
a lot
wrong.
of people don't realize too is like they introduce these women to the teams. Like, divorce rates are already really high in the military. You got guys going out just ripping deployment after deployment, and then introduce a female to that team.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No kidding.
You're asking for trouble.
And it's going to be one of those. I'm not comfortable in this team. They're not working to the way. They're not working in a way where it's comfortable for me, sir. Exactly. And then it's going to be a team that's harmonized, and these guys know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And then you bring this foreign element in. It's like the antibodies quickly react to the disease.
Yeah.
Okay, or to the virus. So,
Herpes
gosh,
Paganosyphilis.
metaphorically, yes. Okay, that can be applied because that would be the reaction in some of these soft teams.
Gee.
Ay, ay, ay.
But this is the state of our military now. And
I'm glad I'm retired.
you got manual transmissions being forced in there. People being put into positions that they didn't earn. Fruit salad is now a participation trophy. How exactly is this going to ensure the safety of our country?
Well, if you really look at it, I got away with an alter ego. Okay?
That's pretty amazing.
And people bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. I mean, I'm driving around in a Gator, the lap of luxury for an aviation crew. And it's like, Marty, what else could you get us?
Yeah.
Let me think about it for a minute, Dickie. And he goes, make a list.
Make a list. Check it twice.
All right, what's the next one there?
That is it.
That's it for
actually.
us?
So if you want, we can jump into some super chats over here.
Yeah, that's not chance.
Atomic Dimension Traveler. All Women Expendables came out, called 355. They spent $75 million on it, and it only made $5 million back. The quartering has full report.
I remember seeing something about that in the quartering, but there's no fucking way I would go see that movie.
No, hell no.
What's it called?
The 355.
Oh, I heard that is just so full of wokeism.
Yeah.
Are you shocked?
No.
New Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix got crushed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if they want to waste their money, fine, let them.
Yeah, let them. People are not going to see the propaganda. Like they were insisting. They were putting their hand in a stack of Bibles and swearing to God, it's just the pandemic. That's why our movies aren't doing well. Spider-Man No Way Home over $1 billion. Oh, sorry.
That was I heard that movie was actually quite good.
It's very good, actually.
And then I saw some
Really?
I saw
Yes.
some YouTube and they brought all the Peter Parkers together.
Yes, they did. It took like everything that I was worried about after watching the first couple. I mean, the second one was a little more meta. I did enjoy it, but the first one, I was like, it seems like they're just cast swapping a whole bunch of shit around for the sake of ticking boxes. By the third one, that's all back burner. And it's fitting, actually, because, you know, Tobey Maguire had the best second movie, Andrew Garfield had the best first Spider-Man movie, and now Tom Holland has hands down the best third Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I heard it was a lot of effort and talent went into this, and
Oh, yeah.
they brought back the originals.
They brought back everybody. Alfred Molina's there, Willem Dafoe is there, Jamie Foxx is there. They got the same guy that played the Lizard. Like, everyone is there.
Cool.
All of
It's
them.
amazing.
Yeah.
Might
It's
have to
worth
check
it.
that one out.
Well, Marvel's a powerhouse. Why would they not want that on their resume?
Yeah.
I know. But Disney is shit in the bed when it comes to Marvel, though,
Yes, they are.
and Star Wars.
Well, they did mess up Star Wars until Jon Favreau saved it.
No. They have damaged that shit.
Well, it was completely destroyed. Mandalorian is the first thing that gives people a ray of hope. But because Kathleen Kennedy doesn't like it, she's trying to fuck with it. That's why she tried to get Gina Carano fired. They may still bring her back. I don't know.
What
But-
about the Book of Boba Fett?
They did fire.
Haven't watched it. They did fire her, but Jon Favreau is still actively trying to get her back because he wrote that part for her.
Yeah.
And it was not his call to get rid of
Well,
her.
you got to understand, Favreau goes all the way back to the very first Iron Man movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
He started the MCU.
Well,
Wouldn't exist without.
Sony Spider-Man, technically, they say did. When Spider-Man was bought by Sony.
Well, now that is canon in the MCU, now you can take it back to that one, yeah.
True. But now that they brought Tobey Maguire into the MCU, Disney MCU, then
Yeah, now it's... Then the first MCU movie is Sam Raimi's, who is now directing the next Doctor Strange. So it comes full circle.
so they crossed the streams.
They did. It would be bad.
That'd be bad.
I sell cat
Gave up
litter.
on Hollywood so long ago.
Yeah. I sell cat litter. The absolute best duty in my 20-plus Navy career was on the mess decks at the MDMA as an MDMAA. I was in charge of 90 people serving meals to 5,000 people. This is how I became the man I am now.
Damn.
And how many people pissed you off when you were serving their food and you gave them a little extra something? I hear stories.
Special sauce?
Special sauce.
Could happen.
And then if you really pissed them off, you got it right between the two all-beef patties. It's terrible.
Yeah.
How do you sleep at night? Thinking of this. How do you sleep at night?
Drink, man.
Drink, man.
Thinks himself to sleep.
I do. El Snows. Hey, Loyal 9, what can you tell the viewers about Antonio Gramsci and cultural warfare? Or is that how it's
So Gramsci was
Gramsci,
an Italian. He was an Italian Marxist. He was imprisoned by the fascists in Italy in the early 30s. And he is one of the reasons why we see a lot of the Marxism. He was a Frankfurt. He was one of the guys that influenced the Frankfurt School. Which again, if you want to know where like critical theory came from, critical race theory, Frankfurt School. I got a deep dive video on all that later if you want. But he is one of the guys. He is one of the ones that led Marxism to what it is now. And you know, it's like what I say all the time. This happened in like the 30s.
Does he have a grave
And
that we
we're
can
seeing
go and
now,
piss
Nike-
on over there?
Say again.
Does he have a grave over in Italy somewhere we can go piss on? Or
Graveyards are at a premium.
You know,
over there.
honestly, he's probably buried in Arlington Cemetery because that's what they like to do to communists. And
well,
United
Pop
States
has
is
a
crazy.
theory. You know, that he has plans for his ex-wife's grave when that happens. So what we can do is we can do a prototype and go to this dude's grave, drill down in there, and you don't need the Pringles can. You just got a straight pipe
Wait,
down to his fat fascist corpse mouth.
well, I have a theory. You're on a 65 and out plan, aren't you, Pop?
Yeah.
I think your former tormentor is going to vastly surpass you in life.
Well, we'll see.
We shall see.
We'll see.
Well, it's true. That is a
I hope
gamble.
not.
Anything can happen.
I mean, she's a type 1 diabetic, and she's been that way since she was 12.
Bum, 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 bum.
Longevity is not in your genetics.
I don't know nothing.
I got nothing here.
I got nothing.
Don't die on me, man. Keith Peterson wants another, but there it is. Damon Wolf MGTOW with a $20 donation. Thank you very much, good sir. Anyone hear about the new prosecution laws in San Francisco, L.A., Portland, and New York? Yes.
What are they?
Or lack of prosecution
Lack
laws,
of
they should
prosecution.
say.
Yeah.
I believe it has to do something with they're not going to prosecute
Anything under 900
only
bucks or
the
something?
big crimes.
only the big crimes like armed robbery up to a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, a simple assaults, things like, no, your
So these
grandmother
just
died in the
become-
hospital. Shit happens.
Yeah, so you're going to see all of your big box stores, your small businesses just evacuate the big cities and going into the small towns to where they're not going to be putting up with this shit. New York destroyed itself.
Yes.
L.A., San Francisco, Portland, Seattle,
So Chicago?
Chicago.
The fact that they have an app for Californians to avoid human feces on the sidewalk, they geotag it so you can avoid it. That shows you everything you need to know about what happens in leftoid shitholes. They literally become shitholes.
No wonder why the northern part of California wanted to secede from the state.
Yep.
They literally wanted their own.
They wanted to go to Idaho
That's right. And part of Oregon wanted to go to Idaho too,
and Washington State.
and Washington State, because it's always the West Coast that
Greater
speaks
Idaho.
for the east side of Washington State, Spokane, various places.
I say let them.
I thought Idaho was Kamala Harris's campaign slogan.
Idaho.
It's a state? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I think you're right.
I'm just I'm off in the weeds over here.
That's the Hawaiian island, Amaho.
Come on, I want to lay you. Thor Gustafson, have you guys ever noticed that Anderson Pooper and Rachel Madcow look like the same person with different hair color?
Superimpose those. Is there a way you superimpose those two? Exactly. He's actually come up with a very good theory.
That's a very good theory. You ever notice you don't see those two people in the same place at the same time?
Ironic. You're onto something.
It is.
It's a secret identity.
Yeah. Cunt Kent. Are you ready for their new anti-domestic terrorism task force, Ruby Ridge, anyone? Oh, my God.
That's another thing. If I wound up running the show, all of the people involved in that Ruby Ridge, I would fucking hammer them. That was unacceptable.
And the thing is, their idea of domestic terrorism is just patriotism. They've actually... These are the people, the ones screaming our democracy is under attack, are the ones holding a knife to its throat.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious, and people fall for it.
DARPA just came out with a thing, and it's called patriot extremism. You're classified as patriot extremists.
Wow.
Nice.
I dare him to come after me.
So this is DARPA actually socially engineering. They should just be messing with the high-tech stuff. Where's my Iron Man suit?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's DARPA. DARPA has nothing to do with social engineering. I want my Iron Man suit. I want my Death Ray.
I want my Tsar Bomba.
Exactly.
Until then, you're
Railgun.
just DARPA.
I want my railgun. I want my freaking Captain America shield. Cut it out.
All that shit's gone. That shit's gone. I mean,
God.
the thing I always tell people, you can't understand like communism if you don't understand deception. They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Oh, man. Keith Peterson wants another, but not bad. Fan I am, Poppy and Blake. Gee, Blake, what do you want to do tonight? Same thing we do every night, Poppy. Try to red pill the world.
Amen.
Indie women.
That's stupid stuff.
And Pujo, come on now. Not all military doctors topped out at a C+. I know for a fact that some military doctors got as high as a B-.
Are you one of them?
Yeah, you might be. You never know.
A C plus and a B minus.
Yeah,
It's like
so-
2 points.
It's like so close. It's
Yeah.
insane.
It's 2 points.
just cousin fuckers. Don't die on me, man. Don't die on me.
I'm all right.
You all right? You're all right. Okay. Keith Peterson says, if you study pop, you deserve a nice but. That one's a lot better than the last one. Hunter's Moon Grim, entertain me. Don't lecture me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Jonathan English, don't forget, Those officers know that the path to promotion is paved with high-speed bullet points, not competence.
Absolutely correct.
It's all what's on paper.
Yeah.
PowerPoints. Keith Peterson says, "Don't leave stupid comments." I'm guessing you can refer to the 1-2 up.
All right.
Team clap line. Let's go, Brandon. All right. Damon Wolf MGTOW. Undead Chronic in the house. How you doing, you stoned bastard? Welcome to the show. Jeff, I won the bound. Doomcock did a video this afternoon that looks like Favreau put an Easter egg in Book of Boba Fett, beating up Cuntleen Kennedy's cultural vandals. Sappers clear the way. Good. Well, he shit all over her in one of the last seasons of Mandalorian indirectly because she lied to George Lucas's face and said, "I'm not going to touch anything. It's my job to respect everything that you've done." First order of business, entire Star Wars extended universe, gone. Last season of Mandalorian, he brought in Grand Admiral Thrawn, which brings in the very genesis of the Star Wars extended universe.
Yes.
So, fuck you, Kathleen, you dumb Quantaha.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that after all of those Star Wars flops, Disney hasn't gotten rid of her.
They actually renewed her contract.
Disney deserves to be run out of business.
I can see why George Lucas is struggling to get back Star Wars now. He made a mistake.
He did. He made a big mistake.
All right, don't get me started on George Lucas. All right, he fucked up a lot.
Yes, he did.
The Phantom Menace was a bomb.
No.
No, it made a lot
Fett.
of money. It sucked, but it made a lot of money.
Yes.
All right, well, Boba Fett came out. Actually, Star Wars, the first Star Wars came out right close to Dirty Harry.
76.
Yeah, Dirty Harry.
76, 77.
They had lines around the fucking block.
Yeah.
Star Wars, lines around the block. They had Boba Fett. They have the fairy with the force powers. Everyone went to go see the fairy with force powers. And then Lucas comes up with the Boba Fett. And the people who went to go see Dirty Harry, they like to see a badass. They would have went to see a movie about Boba Fett. So what does George Lucas do?
Throw him in a butthole in the desert.
He throws him into a butthole in the desert. He could have sold Star Wars for $4 billion instead of $3 billion.
Well, there's an interesting movie on pedophile flicks called Boba Fett Under the Helmet, and it tells you the origin of how they put Boba Fett into the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, and for that reason alone, I think you may have to check out the Book of Boba Fett because Jon Favreau said, "Yeah, that was bullshit," and brought him back.
Yeah.
For that reason. Like, he climbed his way out of that fucking monster and was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
But it shows you how he did it
Yeah.
in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. I haven't watched them yet.
read
I
the
always wait
comic
until
book.
they're all done and then I watch them.
Boba Fett crawled out of that Sarlacc pit like in the early 80s, mid 80s.
Well, they did write a story on it.
I read the comic book.
The comic books, yeah. And you know what? Just spoiler, they stuck to that.
Good. Yeah.
When you see it,
Yeah, Favreau has respect for the extended universe, so when Kennedy cut it out, he's like, I'm going to bring all this shit back.
yeah.
Good.
And what are they
Good
going to
on
do?
Favreau.
Tell him no? He's Jon Favreau.
Yeah, good on Favreau. He's like he's the mini-me Lucas.
Yeah.
Yes.
He writes way better dialogue than George Lucas. Although that's not saying much. 13-year-old fan fiction writers write better dialogue than George Lucas. I don't like sand.
I have this.
You know, it's
I have the
coarse and
retired major
irritating.
texting me. I have a friend who's a military doctor. He started out enlisted in the Ranger battalions. Not all military docs are pukes.
Who are pukes?
Not all military docs are pukes.
Just most of them.
Just most of them there. There, sir. Just most of them, sir.
Remember Meyer when he hurt his shoulder?
I remember that because you told that 105.
04.
04. Sir, I'm not getting a warm fuzzy from you.
No. My buddy Pete. He's like my brother. I've known him since we're 13.
Oh, he shows up in the chat once in a while.
Yeah.
We're out in Yakima. We're doing PT.
I remember that.
He trips and falls. We're doing sprints. Knocks his shoulder out of socket.
Yeah.
And it looked gruesome. I thought I could put it back in there, and I failed miserably.
I was like, I'm not touching that.
No. I was like banging on it. He's like, I'll kill you. He's about to pass out. So I'm like, oh, fuck. So we box him up. We take him back to the TMC. And there's this 03. He's like, yeah, we're going to send you Madigan, and they'll probably fix you there. And I'm like, no. I was stationed in Fort Lewis, and people died at Madigan for stupid shit. And then this major comes out and goes, I'm sorry, Sergeant, but these medical things, this is not your lane. I go, all right, sir. Go ahead and cut on my friend. There'll be dire consequences. Go ahead. I dare you. They didn't cut on him.
Yeah, they sent him home, right?
He got sent back, and one of the surgeons who fixes the Red Wings fixed his shoulder. Not Madigan.
The sports medicine doc?
Yeah, not Madigan. Fuck those people.
Matt Madigan, there are some gruesome stories out of Madigan. It was a meat market. They should have had a store front.
Oh, no.
With just slabs of meat.
No.
Every base has its own thing.
Well, the hospital was Madigan, and then behind it there was a bar, which was 18 and up. But when that was back in the day, that was the Madigan as well, and that was a meat market.
Yeah.
The hospital, that's where you went to get treated for the special adult clinic from going to the Madigan nightclub the night before.
Oh, that meat market, yes.
Riggs.
Just saying.
Just sad times.
Sad times.
Damon Wolf MGTOW clarifying his point about the laws in California in New York. No more life sentences. 20-year max.
Really?
Any sentence.
20-year max?
We'll see how that works.
20-year max.
Yeah, we'll see how that works.
Well, okay. Now, first of all, I am very upset with the legal system that we have here in this country because it routinely ignores your constitutional rights, especially family and divorce court.
Well, yeah.
All right. Now, when you go to say you do a crime, okay, there are so many laws on the books. Literally, you can get charged with 12 fucking things for one fucking crime. That's indirectly circumventing your constitutional rights by overcharging you on a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. They literally can kick your door, go into your house, find at least 2 or 3 things, then they can send you to prison for 7 years. Yeah, you got dick pills? Controlled substance.
Oh, that's right.
Marijuana? So it's still a federal crime. Going to jail.
You know that there's actually some science now pointing to dick pills fighting the coof?
Maybe that's why I pulled through so well.
You just look at January 6th. Where's the right to a speedy trial?
Yeah.
Aren't those guys still locked up, or did they put them in a
No, some of them are
prison?
still in solitary confinement.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them is going to die of
That's
cancer.
actually a communist tactic.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Dude, you have fucking squirrel bladder today. What's the matter with you?
I took a blood pressure pill and I had 2
Okay. Blood pressure pill and 2 beers. That'll do it.
Shows you his age, doesn't
You
it?
give him a catheter.
Son of a bitch. Well, we have not yet had a shout out to our sponsor tonight. So while he's emptying his squirrel bladder for the 3rd or 4th time now, we're going to jump over to Tag Conspiracy. Enjoy.
just thought I was talking about something else. That's a homo suspicion point.
I hate when this thing doesn't do what I want it to do. Back to 1.
You ever get tired of women staring at that bulge in your pants? You know what I mean. Come on, lady. My eyes are up here, right? Well, thanks to kevinsconcealment.com, there's the cure for that. And at the same time, you get to exercise your Second Amendment rights at work and not get fired. You take your bulge, put it in the holster, and voila! You guys thought I was talking about something else. That's a homo suspicion point. Space Ghost is on. Go to kevinsconcealment.com and check out if they have a holster for your sidearm. Use the discount code POP, P-O-P-P, links in the description.
I hate when that happens. It pisses me off.
You know, your trips to the bathroom should be turned into a drinking game. You'd have one drunk audience.
All right.
Well, I mean, we already
Blake,
have a drunk audience.
Blake, we've been working together over 10 years.
A little bit.
What do I take my blood pressure pills with?
Beer.
There you go.
Nice.
Isn't there a warning label on this? Or you just choose
don't
to
miss
ignore
with
it?
alcohol.
He
It's
did,
more like
just-
it's a hint.
It's a suggestion,
It's a
right?
suggestion. It's a strongly worded suggestion.
Listen, I'm on the 65 and out plan. I really don't care.
Every time something like this happens, somebody in the chat's like, "Boomer moment!" I'm like, I look like a fucking boomer to you.
Boomer moment.
But seriously, I switched all this shit over last week because I was sick and tired of trying to sync shit up with the audio delay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I had it all fixed. Last week's sponsors went off just fine, and then all of a sudden it reverts to a prior setting that I haven't had in there in like 2 weeks. It's
Okay.
before Christmas. What the fuck?
For somebody saying
me off.
there's a boomer moment,
Yeah.
we're Gen Xers. We're not effing boomers, okay?
No.
Dumbasses.
Although sometimes, you know, you get a little bit of brain fog, have a little too much whiskey. You can have a little
Order
bit of a
stuff
boomer moment.
online and don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Battle axe. Battle axe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It happens.
It does happen. It does.
Don't judge me.
Cliff3188. Remember when the Army was updating the height/weight/tape standards
Yeah.
circa 2012 at Walter Reed from thousands of soldiers? It never got published because the peer reviews showed the one in use is a farce.
Yeah, I had a lot of soldiers that I would be the one to tape them so they would pass because they were good motherfuckers. They just like to eat.
What Joe, what grunt doesn't like to eat?
Well, I mean, when you're 5'6", you can't really afford to be a super heavy person.
No, you can't. Not in the military.
Yeah, and that's where I came up with the married phenomena.
The married phenomena.
Yeah, I would have two fat bodies, one single, one married. I would bring them in for 3 weeks worth of orders. Every day, we're on the treadmill for an hour before lunch, and again before we get off at 5 o'clock. So 2 hours on the treadmill, 5 days a week for 3 weeks. I lose 4 or 5 pounds. Other fat body loses 10, 11 pounds. Married fat body doesn't lose shit. And you want to know why? Because he goes home and his wife is like, "Oh, you look so tired. Have another potato.
Have another piece
Oh.
of cheesecake.
Have some beer. Yeah. Oh, you look so famished." And he doesn't lose any fucking weight. God damn it.
It's like you're running a lab.
Yeah, I was.
Dr.
I knew
fucking
this
Stone.
guy who was he was fat as fuck. You see him in uniform,
And who
fat
is
as fuck.
Is it FF?
He could outrun me.
Oh, really?
Run me.
You had,
He
a,
did.
you had an F square that could outrun you?
F square.
And I run like 5 miles in 35 minutes still. And this dude he'd run it in like 32 minutes.
I had
fat
a guy
as
like
fuck.
that too.
Yeah.
Well, he was related to the Nitti crime family for Al Capone.
Oh, yeah?
I was in the Army with him.
Good.
He had like a big upper barrel. He couldn't pass a tape test for shit, but he could outrun everybody in the company. Even the company commander yelled at him to slow down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, you are going to have genetic freaks.
He was.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to have. I mean,
He was so disproportioned in his body. Nothing was symmetric. He had this big barreled fat body, this big Jabba neck, but he had these like legs that would just run like Carl Lewis.
outstanding.
But he couldn't pass a tape test.
Well, you need to push away from the table.
Every once in a
Well,
while.
he wouldn't eat. That was the problem. It was just genetic.
Oh, yeah?
Every once in a while, you just get these
Genetically
genetic
fat?
freaks,
Oh,
man.
Shit.
Yeah, I remember going through the Q course, right? And then we got our officers.
That was a mandatory weight loss program.
Yeah, we got these officers right before we went to the field. 4 of them. All of them were from the West Point football team. These were some big dudes. 2 of them were like linemen. And I remember I'm getting ready to go to the field, and I'm packing up my pack, and I'm getting everything. And I look over at this big officer. I'm like, "Sir, I just want to let you know it's going to be my pleasure punishing you for the next month." He's like, "What are you talking about, Sergeant Pop?" "You're a fat fuck, and I'm going to walk you into the fucking ground." I think I'll be. I don't think that's a tall order. We'll see.
We shall see.
Challenge accepted. And I walked that fucker into the dirt. He didn't quit though. He made it, but yeah, that was fun.
Well, there were several officers that would actually have the hubris to immediately think, since I'm an officer, I can walk any grunt into the dirt.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we had this one to graduate the selection and training from in the 425, you had to do the 25-mile power line ruck march as a team. There was no individual effort. It was as a team. Because that's what Sergeant Coyle was. Yeah. Okay, we had this one new lieutenant, and he was like, "Oh, I can out ruck march anybody." So what does Pete do? I'll put an additional 20 pounds on my back, sir, and I'll still beat you.
Yeah.
And what did Pete do?
He did it.
He shut off his brain, put his head down, and I just followed in his shadow the whole time because I said, "Pete, if you fall the fuck out." He goes, "Just pick my ass up. I don't want him to beat me." Okay. All right. I'll be your pit crew. And Pete literally by 23 minutes beat that lieutenant. And Pete's like, "Sir, you owe me a steak dinner. Sir, you're going to owe me freaking lunch for the next 8 drills." He's just.
Well, I'm trying to remember who that first lieutenant was. He was a West Pointer.
Yeah.
And he was bragging like, "I was in the West Point boxing team," and I beat his ass.
You beat a lot of people's asses.
Yeah, it was great. I'm like, oh, so you went to West Point and that cost what, $500,000? Oh, you learn how to box there? All right, let's see how this works out for you.
Well,
kicked his ass.
Pop's interpretation of counseling. Who was it? That one sergeant that showed up late and just was kind of like laissez-faire about it? Oh, okay, no big deal.
Summers?
No.
No Cessny? There
Started with an H. He was the black belt.
Oh, yeah. I won't say his name.
So Pop's like, "All right, everyone, form a square. Get in the middle." He calls them out. He says, "So you're late to formation, and it's no big deal." He says, "Oh, yeah, It's like, all right." Pop's warmed up. And he goes, "What, you're a 3rd-degree black belt, right?"
Fifth degree black belt.
Tuned him up, cracked a few of his ribs. And it was one of those, what did we learn here? He was never late.
Counseling.
He was never late for formation.
Yeah. And I actually, sometimes, I would line up the entire platoon and fight them all.
Yeah, but that sergeant passed Ranger School at the age of what, 33?
38.
38.
Wow.
36.
36, he passed Ranger School, first time go.
Yeah. He's a tough motherfucker. Good dude.
Damn.
Yeah, he's humble. He's just...
He was just having a bad day.
Having a bad day.
He had a very bad day.
No. His ATL, assistant team leader, was a former force recon guy, and he just had a bad attitude. Man, his attitude was just terrible.
Oh, the force recon guy?
Yeah, I kicked his ass, and then I got Sergeant H. I knocked the headgear right off of his ass.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you knocked the headgear out, he just went like...
Yeah.
It was like, there's a thing called fluid shock. When you punch, you hold the punch and let the energy transfer through.
Yeah.
It was just one of those boom, and you could see the ripple effect like the Matrix travel through his dome, and the headgear just goes boom. It was just like a very, very slow motion Matrix moment.
Bullet time.
It was.
Yeah. I think I knocked him down like twice. They stood him up after that, and I think the lieutenant stepped in and was like, "That's enough."
Well, after the 2 rib shots, that's when he went. He was kind of like, I saw his arms dip, and that's when you hit him in the bean twice.
Yep.
That'll do it.
But hey, if you want your men to respect you, you fight them.
Pain usually is an excellent teacher.
Yeah.
And
it works 100% of the time.
And I'm not a big. I'm not big, nor am I intimidating. I just know what I'm doing. Anyone can do that.
No, when you hit.
Yeah.
Because you hit Caveman, and you knocked him on his ass.
Well, when I used to get ready for the Tough Man, Caveman would come into the gym with 4 of his bouncer buddies and would fight them all.
These were 4 bouncers from the 4th Street Music Theater?
Yeah.
4th Street Music Theater, and these guys are like 6'7".
They're big.
They were huge.
And Kirk was
And they were
was only 5'10" or 5'9".
And they're sparring partners for him before Tough Man.
Yeah.
And because I remember this, and here's Kirk. Okay, there's Knuckle Dragger. He comes out. He's all ready to go. Ring the bell. Ding, ding. Poof, 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 poof. Down goes Caveman. Next.
I wish I could still do that, but I can't.
No, it's how you punch. Okay? I was watching. It was how you punched. It just wasn't one of those tap, tap. You put all your energy and weight into that punch.
That's where you're supposed to punch.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those, I'm going to put out a jab, let him lower his guard, and then come in. It was like straight out through his defenses into his head.
Yep. I did that all the time.
Yeah, I've seen the fight tapes.
So you exactly know what I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking
Now,
about.
listen, I mean, I was a good club fighter, and I was good enough to get a shot at a world title.
Yeah.
But I should have started fighting earlier. I could have done a lot more, but I got married and fucked my life up.
It is what it is, okay? Don't sweat it.
Gave it all up for a diet.
All get married and divorced. It happens.
Well, no, didn't you retire that 19-year-old kickboxer when you kicked him in the head?
Oh, he wasn't 19. He was close to my age at the time. He was like 29.
That was in Arizona, and you kicked him in the head so hard you popped a blood vessel.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That was a 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had to refresh his memory.
Yeah, but that wasn't actual. That was sparring.
That was just sparring.
Yeah, he came in from another gym. He was going to go to Japan.
And that fateful day, you retired him forever.
Finished him. Yeah.
You finished his career.
Damn.
Finished him.
A 19-year-old kid in prospects to become a champion.
Overhand
Pop retires him in less than a second with a kick to the head.
It was like 20 seconds. It wasn't that long.
20 seconds.
Does it matter?
Well,
You still retired him with one kick.
I got lucky.
Yeah, that's all it took. There's no luck involved. It was just happened to be that moment.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was years ago. I'm old, slow, and fat now.
It's fat
Yeah,
Punisher.
you got the old man strength. It doesn't there.
Yeah. Well, like before I went to Ranger School, I could bench 250 pounds, 270. Went to Ranger School, lost an assload of weight, looked like I was a concentration camp victim. Came back, started eating, lifting weights. My bench press went from 250, 260 to 360, 370.
And you weren't juicing.
No.
Holy shit.
Kurt, now, knuckle dragger juiced.
Oh, yeah, he juiced a lot.
Knuckle tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm all about using the test. Like,
Because-
if you got to use it, like, fuck, man.
I know.
Because this was Panama.
Oh, I had
And-
to carry his ass.
Okay. So he didn't have, I don't know what knuckle dragger was training for, but he had very little body fat. And he possibly could not drink enough water to keep his muscles, hydrated.
And we were not acclimatized.
And was not climatized. That was the important thing but he was always drinking water.
He drank his water and mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember that. And he goes, "Hey, you got any water?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's mine because you drank all yours, dumbass." What'd you say? Well, anyways, he can't get climatized to being back in Panama. So we're on the op. It's a training op, and we're going up a mountain. We're going up a hill.
He went down hard.
And then all I hear from Kirk is, "Oh, man. Oh, fuck." And he just screams like, "Oh!" He just like cringed. It was like,
All his whole body started cramping up, and he starts yelling, "Kill me!"
yeah. He went immediately into dehydration because his muscles, all right? Because he was juicing heavy at that time
He was 5'9". He weighed 240 pounds
of muscle.
and he had 5% body fat.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and it took all of us to get him to lay out, and he was screaming. Well, Knucklehead over here was pouring rehydration powder directly into his mouth, and Knuckle Dragger's just refusing to live at that point because this tastes like shit. Oh, it hurts, and it was me.
I'm like, shut up.
It was me.
And we had that lieutenant colonel that got stuck with our team.
Yes,
And he's like freaking out. We need a jungle penetrator. Oh my God. I'm like, sir, shut up. It's to be fine.
it's like, hey,
This is
you right?
nothing.
He's like, we got this, sir. Relax.
He's like, he's going to die. I'm like,
Relax.
you need
Okay,
to stop talking.
after
sir.
that little dramatic episode, Kirk stands back up. Oh, I'll be fine. Shut up. Give me your ruck, Kirk. Oh, there, Knuckle Dragger. So I got his ruck. You had to tie him off.
To me.
Run up to a tree, grab it, and then
And
Knuckle Dragger's pulling himself up until he gets nuts to butts to Pop, and he's like, all right. And Pop would run up to the next tree, grab it, and this lieutenant colonel is freaking out.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you guys? We have to get him medevaced. Kirk's like, you call, you die.
I remember that,
That
too.
lieutenant colonel's like, what'd you say?
Oh,
He didn't say nothing.
No, sir, we got this.
we got
He says, you guys are insane.
Yeah.
Who are you?
And he actually, after we got done, he invited us all to join his unit, the 125.
Yeah.
Or 126.
126, the chicken yankers out of
Yeah.
Indiana or Illinois?
I think it was
chicken yankers.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was Indiana.
they wore a patch that said CY on it, so we call them chicken yankers.
Yeah, I think it was Indiana.
Yeah, and they're
Chicken
like,
yank.
you guys need to come to our unit. No.
Nah,
Not going to happen.
I'm good.
We get ranger school in our unit, sir. What do you get?
What do we got here?
Just something somebody said. No big deal. I'm just working on some stuff while you guys are talking.
All right.
It's what I do. All right, let's back to the super chats here. We went off into the weeds for about 20 minutes. M. Pujo, yes, I am that doctor, and actually giving a fuck.
All right.
Kicked the hornet's nest on that one, didn't I?
Fitzwell just spent the holidays down in Florida, so now that he's back up here, when it's like a high of 18 degrees today, it's affecting his lung capacity a little bit.
I prefer the salt life as opposed to this.
Well, it's 25 degrees now.
I agree.
Okay. Specifics.
Con Night Eye. It all sounds like part of subversion. Check out Yuri Bezmenov's lecture. It's like the 8th time that's been brought up in the chat. We have seen it.
Yes.
Lenin used students, to which all led to the fall of Tsardom, Russia. Yep. Useful idiots. Where would we be without them? Probably be much happier, actually. C.G. Roberts, did Pop see the article on adding 2 weeks to basic for sensitivity and anti-sexual harassment training?
I have not seen that. That
All
is
BS
so
teaches you to
fucking stupid.
kill, then cuddle.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
yeah, I heard
stupid.
about that. Yeah,
That's a oxymoron.
our military
Well,
is going
that's the
in the shitter.
military.
Yeah.
It's full of contradiction.
Going in the shitter. Smooth Criminal. Michael Keaton is back as Batman in the next Flash movie. I did hear about that. And Henry Cavill.
that was her. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yep. And Henry Cavill is remaking Highlander. Can you imagine that Batman for back then, now?
They're remaking Highlander?
Yes.
Henry Cavill, Superman, is being just the Highlander. I got to bring
I
back.
hope they don't fuck that plot up like the first one.
Well, I
That
mean,
was so fucking stupid.
well, they didn't. It's going to say, like, the first movie is the only one that anyone actually likes. So,
The first one was the only Highlander that was good.
yeah, they fucked up everything.
I can't believe how
After
fucked
that.
up it was. God.
And every single one kept trying to retcon what the one before it did wrong, and they just kept doing it worse and worse.
I didn't watch the series.
That's so dumb.
I didn't watch the series.
Oh man, you want to talk about a waste of an amazing concept? Fuck's sakes. Keith Peterson
Peter,
with a
missing
25.
much.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying you didn't miss much.
Nah. You really didn't.
Nah.
I mean, the best part of the third movie you can watch on OrnPay Hub. Just saying.
Nice.
Deborah Kara Unger really, the version that was released in theaters was rated PG-13. The version that was released on video could have been rated NC-17 at the time for one scene and one scene alone.
Oh yeah, I remember
That woman
scene.
really did not mind showing off everything.
Oh, God bless
and it was-
America.
Yep.
It was nice.
I love America.
America, fuck yeah. Oh, Keith Peterson wants another but. There we go. That one comes courtesy of Gianni. He sent that in an email. I was like, I didn't load those in. So while you guys were talking, I went ahead and I loaded up some new butts. What else we got here? C.G. Roberts, brain idea term tinderbox. Post-wall woman that is dry or goes dry during sex. Yes, I have had first-hand experience not winning. You get last week's email? Yeah, I did. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? These ladies smash into the wall, and then down the road, the only thing drier than them is the litter box.
Don't touch me there. This is my no-no sweat. Stop.
I can't believe you actually took the time to put that together.
Of course,
Are you kidding me? That's comedy gold right
It's
there.
awesome.
That's comedy
You would have
gold.
never done that 30 years ago.
No.
What's not to love?
That is so out of character for you.
I know, but come on.
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
kind
old
of,
now,
it's
man.
my influence too. Like I can talk him into doing stuff that ordinarily he'd be like, nah.
There's a few things.
So you're
I
a
will
Jedi.
not say that.
I'm a Jedi.
I will not say that.
Oh,
Jedi
yeah. I
mind
was having
trick.
a conversation with Pop earlier today, the Jedi concept and what he is. You're a great Jedi.
I'm a great Jedi.
He's a great Jedi because he gives fucks on neither end. Vader, well, you didn't pay attention. You lost the fight, and you lost 2 legs and an arm, dumbass.
Yeah, very much.
And then there's
dumbass.
Yoda. Quit speaking in hyperbole, you little green bastard, and make your point.
Well, he speaks how Pop reads.
That's awesome.
Hungry
That is the best way to describe his dyslexia.
Yeah.
Hungry you are. All right, somebody wants the Hillary deep fake.
Oh, no, here we go.
Stop! Don't touch me
God.
there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Yes, please stop.
Oh my God.
Where do you find this stuff?
Oh, I had fans send this in.
Billy Von Baum made that one for
Yeah,
us.
that's pretty good.
He is the man. Carl Jackson, I love when military guests are on. Stories for days. Tell me about it. We actually are going to have to axe a whole section of the show because of stories for days.
Stories
but that's
for
okay.
days.
We're back Thursday.
Well, wait till we get into the evil genius stories.
Oh, yes. Oh, we're going to do a whole series called If Pop Ruled the World. I already had some music made for it by our awesome friend Jeffrey Paul.
Is it going to be in black and white too?
It's not going to
Smoky
be.
lens and everything?
No, it's not going to be black and white. It is going to be Pinky and the Brain themed.
All right.
I've even written new lyrics for the song. That's why I had the music made.
All right.
All right, Andrew Phillips, Keith Peterson's going for broke with all these butts. But let me get one too while we're on the topic. All right, fine, let me just switch it up here for you because, we don't want to see the same butt more than once. Here's a nice one and some jeans for you. Ah, nice and round. Town drunk, 65 and out, plan 2, 3 more years and off to the main lobby to report for reassignment.
Absolutely correct.
That's what happens, man. Don't die at me, man.
I love how they have this whole lingo.
Or it's like 65 and out, make final formation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn in your meat suit for its mineral deposits.
Yeah, reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty.
Reassignment.
Like the dude who shit out your plane, he reported for duty. Keith Peterson again with a $50 super chat, and he wants another but. Oh, yeah. But of course, that also means he gets one of these.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
All right.
Thank you all very much. We appreciate every dollar because we are not worthy. Surprised nobody's asked for a straw tonight.
Hey, that one whistled.
Just like your ex. Deep Purple 19.
Dude, you're going to get me fucking sued, man. Stop.
Hey, no names. There's a disclaimer
No
here.
names.
No names.
Just the former.
Allegedly.
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 That's what the shirt says.
Allegedly.
The former Mrs. Pop.
It's kind of funny you're wearing your disclaimer.
She
That's
keep
why
your
it's
name.
there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Deep Purple 1987, I'm considering becoming a private military contractor. What's a good place to start? I'm 34, do not have a military background. Would I be able to train out of military and meet the requirements for said job?
If you get with a company called Garda, they'll take you out to Texas. They have their own training site. And for 2 weeks, you'll train up with them. But they do prefer a strong military background and that you have held a prior security clearance
Yeah.
because you'll be doing embassy duty and that a security clearance is required.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you work with any of the other private contractor companies, you might want to look in Saudi Arabia because they hire a bunch of privateers, but they're usually
But the
Also
thing
private
is, if
military.
you don't have the military background,
yeah.
you can wind up with shitty fucking assignments.
You got a lot of prior SF and Ranger that go out to Saudi Arabia and train up.
Yeah.
Pete is in the chat.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Hey, Pete.
look. Some brand new boots. What size? 9.5? Those are mine.
I remember that.
There's a story behind this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right. So, Jungle Warfare School, Panama. Pete and I are in the jungle, and he doesn't have a hammock. So he's like, oh, can I borrow your poncho? I'm like, yes. So he makes his own little hammock. Like the second to last day, his fat ass rips through the hammock and fucks it up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey man, you got to replace that. He's like, okay. We get back, mission's over, we go back, and we're doing our thing. And I'm like, hey, you got to get me that new poncho. Well, the 125, or was it 126?
126.
They had all their equipment on clotheslines, and they're all drying. He looks over and goes, oh, look. Takes the ripped up poncho, takes the brand new one off. Here you go. And we're walking back. He goes, oh, look, jungle boots. Oh, 9.5. I wonder where I left these. And he just, I'm like, okay, all right, hey. I mean,
Seriously, they left their gear out to dry before they went back to the States so it wouldn't get moldy in transit. Well, they didn't leave any security, so guys like us will be like, well, hey, look.
Well, we technically didn't steal it.
No, it's reappropriation
That's
of
right.
assets.
He got his poncho. It was just ripped. He had to de-exit himself. We got a brand new one.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let him go through the
Only one
labors of
thief
the
in the
paperwork.
army.
Yeah.
Let him go through the labors of the paperwork.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Pop's World, story time. Excellent. All right, Ohio Trucker 1. Blake, tell them the time you put Pop's head in a wedding dress.
Yeah, I was mad about that one. I got mad about that one for like a minute.
Oh, you guys haven't seen that that title card? Come on, I mean, everybody had to have seen the MGTOW story card, the title card by now.
I don't know.
They had to.
I don't know. All I know is I had two NCOs in the room when I was watching that, and they start laughing. And I'm like, "Ah!" And I'm like, well, it is funny.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good job.
Well, Blake, you haven't gotten a death notice for it yet, so I guess you're okay.
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Nah.
I mean, at this point, if he wanted to fuck me up, he could have fucked me up.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, look, that's quality work, man.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it up here on the screen so anybody who hasn't seen it can get a nice eyeful there. There it is.
How long ago did you make that?
That was like season one.
Or season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people who do watch your show do miss your corner boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were such a bitch and a half to light.
Well, yeah,
That's one of
because
the
you had,
reasons
in
we
one
stopped.
hand, you had a beer, and I had people ask me, he says, did he always hold a multiple array of colors in one hand of his dry erase markers? I says, honestly, that's the first time I saw that because he would usually tell us to do the briefings while he would sit there and criticize the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He goes, I don't like that part. Change
I
that.
don't like it. Get out of
Are
here.
you sure your info is accurate? You might want to check on it.
Your PowerPoint game.
You were literally like the English lit teacher with the red marker going through our brief backs, just like, no.
Which is ironic because he won't even send an email if I don't depop it first.
Yeah. And it was like, I remember Pete. It's like, fuck you, do your own brief back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good times. 2,000 saved love balloons. That works. Question for all three of you. If you had 5 minutes alone with anyone ever, who would it be with?
Selma Hayek.
That was really quick.
No, Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla. Yeah.
You can't possibly siphon his mind in 5 minutes. It's just too much information up there.
I know.
Yeah.
But still. I mean,
Well, at least get the schematic for the death ray.
yes.
Yeah.
Death ray it is.
I'm a turbo dork. I would have loved to talk to Gene Roddenberry because he created Star Trek. The dude clearly had some really cool
Yeah, if it
ideas
wasn't for
up in his
Lucille
knee.
Ball, Star Trek would have never been on TV.
I know.
That's right.
Yeah, Lucille Ball made it happen.
Yep.
Her and
That's a
Desi.
weird connection.
Yeah.
It's like a 6 degrees to 7 Kevin Bacon sort of thing.
But but that just goes to show is you never know who's going to wind up on your side.
Well, Lucille Ball was a genius. In
Fuck
fact,
yeah, she was.
you watch her biop,
And she had nice tits, too.
so I got to come back to titties with you. Huh?
Well,
I'm just saying.
All right.
she was a redhead,
Redhead,
and she had a vagina.
Nice eyes, nice peepers.
Peepers.
And she's smart.
yeah.
what a
and
bonus.
she's funny.
You know what? George Lucas had to dumb down Carrie Fisher's tits.
Really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the very first Star Wars in A New Hope, because they were gigantic.
Yeah, and she was clearly not wearing a bra in that one.
They had to do a wrap.
Yeah.
That's very uncomfortable.
Star
Yeah,
Wars.
but then they just
Just
threw all
watch
that out the window.
Amazon thing on Lucille Ball.
I think it's on Amazon. You can watch it because they have Javier Bardem playing Ricky, and
Javier Bardem, and
he is the guy, Desi Arnaz.
Yeah.
He was a Hollywood genius on what he did.
I mean, he was the one who pioneered the multi-camera method that they use for everything now.
Yeah.
And he got a legit cinematographer to work on the show. Carl Freund, the original cinematographer for I Love Lucy, shot the original Todd Browning's Dracula.
Wow.
And wound up directing
one
a
with
good
Bela
portion of
Lugosi.
it. Yeah, the one and because Todd Browning was like deathly ill during a lot of the filming, Carl Freund wound up directing a lot of it.
Cool.
And he came up with the idea of taking a little taking a piece of paper essentially and poking 2 holes in it and then shining a light through it so that it would do that effect on his eyes. He's a crazy genius.
Oh, fuck Wikipedia. Just listen to Redonkulas. We got all sorts of useless
Hell
information.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up with I Love Lucy.
So did I.
And my mom got the Columbia House, clamshell VHS tapes. They would be sent to the house every month, and they would just be in a random fucking doodah order. I've still never seen the series from start to finish.
Here was another screen. Cowboy Bebop, the live action one.
I like that show. Too
With
bad
John,
they canceled it.
actually, Netflix canceled it.
I know.
I'm upset.
So am I. I like
It
that
had
show.
potential.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they canceled it. I thought it was
Well, they
pretty
got a fan base now with a petition to bring it back.
good. Oh, good.
I don't know.
You know another one that really pissed me off? Firefly.
Oh, Firefly was great.
Oh my God, that was a good show. They only did one season.
Yeah,
It
but
didn't
they
even
did
make
do
it
a
the whole
full-length-
season.
They did do a full-length movie.
Yeah, Serenity was
Yeah,
good.
I don't care. But the thing is, I mean, you have something that works. You can make a lot of money if you just rinse and repeat. Oh, we fucked it up.
Yep.
I mean, get the fuck out of here.
A lot of my favorite shows got canceled real fucking early on. You ever watch Dead Like Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dead Like Me was a fucking great show.
There's only 3 seasons on that, right?
2.
2. Okay.
2. Yeah, it made it 2. And then they made the feature film because the fans really wanted it, except no Rube, no Daisy.
Yeah.
That movie sucked balls. And they threw a lot of the main ideas of the universe completely out the window just to have the plot.
Yeah.
So people who knew the show and knew the rules were like,
Yeah, stupid.
this is ass. All right, I'm going to turn this up.
This is ass.
It's ass. All right, here, Shadow Tempest. With a $10 donation here. Hey, Pop, hope you're doing well, brother. I've kicked ass since getting divorced 2 years ago. Bought a house, a Jeep, and seeing my ex downgrade so far is amazing. An amazing feeling. 50-50 custody, no child support.
You fucking rock, bro.
He's a unicorn.
Yeah,
Fuck.
You won.
good job, man.
That's a win. That's a W right there.
Absolutely. Jaffa on the bound. I remember that.
You might
training-
want to start making countdowns for those people who actually are those divorce unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get a dog tag machine for all the lives that we saved so we can actually send them stuff with their name and their number.
Yep.
Are you also going to hang another set up here?
I don't know.
You should hang sets up top on your roof
That's
or ceiling.
We'll see what we can do.
Why not?
Done. Let me see here. Jaffa on the bound says, I remember that training facility in Texas when I was trying out for Armor Group, North America. That's why I love the term tactical Tupperware.
Tactical Tupperware. That's what. It's like a Glock.
Yeah, they call that Glock. Combat Tupperware is Glock.
Tactical Tupperware. I like that. Bar One Studios, a story of the Scrounge. Fred Perry, creator of the comic book series Gold Digger, now numbering over 300 issues. Got his start as an artist in Desert Storm, drawing nudie cuties for his fellow grunts.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Nice.
Well
I
done.
like it. Well done.
See, that in that case, your little pickiness would have been fun. I need the tits bigger, a little bit bigger, pink nipples. Can we make her a redhead? All right. Give me 5 minutes.
You know, why don't you have the whole golf clap like you do the I'm Not Worthy? You should have the golf clap.
A little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
Why not? Cross Stuff, Space Above and Beyond, my guilty pleasure.
I like the show, except you have a fighter pilot being a commando. I mean, they did all the fucking different jobs. It's unrealistic.
Too many hats.
Yeah.
Too many hats.
I mean, by the time you train somebody up to fly a fighter, I mean, that's a lot of time and effort.
That's a year and change in training just for fighter pilots.
I'm going to take a fighter pilot and then give him a rifle and send him off to fight like an infantryman. Fuck no.
No.
All right.
Arrow Shogun. Hey, Pop. Number one, someone asked me if he should get a PTR 91, a G3 clone since it's chambered in 308. I have zero experience with them, so what do you think?
It's a good weapon. PTR is really good.
All right.
I mean, I used to have the Chemits and in the 308, and those magazines are all interchangeable. And they're real cheap right now. So winning.
Nice. And number two, also a few of the guys were wondering which wars did you serve in?
Panama and then the second Gulf War.
Episode 2.
The Phantom Man-ass. Hopefully not Yugoslavia, because the U.S. had no business over there and killed a lot of civilians after accusing the Serbs of doing the same. Fuck Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I did. I had some of my former A-team associates went down there and did some stuff, but I didn't go down there. I did counter-drug stuff in South America, but
good times. Kira Ninja 00. Hey, Blake, have you seen a YouTube Star Wars fan film called Vader Shards of the Past?
I think I might have seen that. Sounds familiar.
That scene of the lightsaber battle between Vader and Obi-Wan reimagined, that was
good.
That was primo. Pretty good, he says. Kennedy tried to steal it from the creator, but Lucas forced them to give it back.
Now that is
good for him.
Good sportsmanship.
Fuck Kennedy. Well, he said it a long time ago. He's like, you can do your thing, but you just can't make money off it. Pure and simple. Like, do your fan films, make as many as you like.
Yeah.
And then you've wound up with fan films that are better than the real deal.
Better than what Kennedy could possibly direct and produce.
And what's it? Warhammer.
40K.
40K. Did you see that new one, Aristartes or whatever?
Astartes?
Yeah. Oh my
Nice.
God. They can make a full movie out of that.
Well,
it was so fucking good.
When Black Library started to actually publish the books on, the game itself started off as a tabletop.
Yeah, I know.
And then it has such a rich history since they were releasing the publications of the codexes.
Ooh. Yeah.
And it started to develop into its own universe.
Yeah. I'm sorry, he was showing.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I'm downloading these for the next
He
stream.
was showing titties.
I'll stop talking.
I can't show these right now,
No,
but
you
they
can't
are
show
going to
them.
be in the episode.
So
this
if your
weekend.
fan base has already figured out, yeah, I'm a big sci-fi geek, man.
Yeah, so
Love
am I.
that shit.
Yeah, we all are.
That looks like it needs a dart in it.
I could see cottage cheese forming on that
Yes,
shit in about a
absolutely
year.
correct. Yeah.
It wouldn't even take that long.
Oh boy.
It's right on the edge.
Professor Blakey Poo with 2 donations. You guys are bastards. Pop, if you had served during World War II, do you think that PTSD would be far worse than what you have now?
Yes.
Well, those guys didn't have any resources.
No.
No. Blake, you should make an NFT of Pop shitting in a Pringles can, have him sign it, and put it on auction.
No.
You guys would make millions.
No, it's not going to happen.
We have talked about, though, putting that, having you sign that Pringles can and put it for auction.
You should do it because it'll be your big chance to get away from it all.
Shut the fuck up. You're such an asshole.
Are we quoting Wrath of Khan here?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I love that line.
Where were we going? Where they went. Well, suppose they went nowhere. Then this will be your big chance to get away from it all.
You can't answer that. You just
You
like,
really can't.
Okay.
I love that movie. Fucking great.
that was the best Star Trek as far as motion picture wise. Wrath of Khan.
I like the one where they have Spock doing the mind meld with the whale.
Oh, if it's part 4. Oh,
That's
that
stupid.
I love that
liked
movie.
it.
There are so many good lines in that.
'Cause I
when he's
remember-
trying to figure out how to swear.
I'm watching it, and then
Colorful metaphor.
Yes.
I'm watching the movie, and all of a sudden you see Spock going into the tank of the whale, and I'm like, he's mind melding the whale, and everybody's like, yeah, and everyone starts laughing. I love that part. I love that part. I know it's stupid, but
And then she's like, "What are you doing?" Attempting the hill to communicate. They are not the hell your whales. Did they tell you that? The hell they did. And then he finally nails it toward the end of the movie. Spock, where the hell is that power you promised me? 1 damn minute, Admiral.
Hey, I hear who's the director that did Pulp Fiction?
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Is he actually doing a Star Trek
He's talked about it, and I'd actually love to see it because he always said that if he was going to do it, it would be a feature-length adaptation and update of the TNG episode Yesterday's Enterprise.
Yeah, where
which
they
is
go
a
back in
great
time.
fucking episode.
Or they actually
It was a time rip where the Enterprise C was attempting to help the Klingons. They got pushed through it. They sent Tasha Yar back with them to win the fight, and
there you go.
Awesome episode.
Yeah.
So I would like to, who's the lead on Big Bang Theory? What's his name?
Which Sheldon or the
Sheldon,
little
yeah.
guy?
No, Sheldon.
Sheldon, yeah.
Who played him? Who was that guy?
I don't know his name. I didn't watch that show.
I'd like to see an actual debate between the guy who plays the new Spock and Sheldon.
Oh yeah,
And actually just be in some sort of intellectual debate on the next Star Trek.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, they're both gay. You'd find them in a closet. So
I know, but the characters are still good. I don't know if they're gay.
Yeah.
they are. No, as like not characters, but as
In real life,
In real
they're
life.
gay. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care either.
if they're gay, but just think of the opportune moment you have.
That'd be a good scene. I'd like to.
That
see
would be a phenomenal scene.
that'd be a good scene. It's just I think of when I watched Big Bang Theory, I watched it with this chick that I was going out with. We only went on a few dates, and I watched like 2 episodes of it. And she's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "It's like geek blackface, is what I think."
Well, the thing that bothered me about Big Bang Theory is you have all of the turbo dorks who are like crazy smart,
Mm-hmm.
and like that one dude with the curly hair gets with the bimbo,
Yeah.
can't keep a job and is worthless.
The waitress.
Yes. I was just like, talk about bringing nothing to the table. She
Duh.
showed up with a vacuum. Nothing.
Well, she needed something to match her personality.
Yeah, I got you.
Tonley
That's
Stark.
the kid from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Johnny Galecki is from Christmas Vacation.
Crazy.
And he was on Roseanne, too, I think, when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
John Gillette, the short guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, did you watch the movie The History of CBGB?
CBGB?
Alan Rickman's in it. He plays Hilly. He plays the owner of CBGB's. It's a well-done movie. Well, the short curly guy hair plays some sort of promoter and offers what's his name? Ziggy Pop. What?
Ziggy Pop?
Who's the one punk guy? Oh God, memory. Anyways, see it for yourself. It's actually a good movie with Alan.
Check it out.
All right, let's get through these super
Yeah,
chats.
we keep going off in the weeds.
Got to pee again.
Tonley Stark. I spent
Take a drink, everyone out there. Take a drink.
Do it. I spent $2,400 in the virtual machine. It went to a good cause. You can put me on the list at 410.
God damn.
From
There you go.
2014 to 2017, I was in a dark place at the time. Your videos kept me going from taking my life. Thank you. 2 in 1 stream.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dinosaur 13. Anderson Vanderbilt, Pooper, along with Worst Journalist of the Year, Don Lemon, Worst Journalist of the Year. Don't let your memes be dreams. I miss John Ward, man. I would love to find out what happened to him. If anybody has information about that, send it to my email, redonkulasblake@gmail.com, because I'd love to know where the hell he went. Crusader Nate, what would it take to get Evil Pop to guest host a show one evening? Or does he need a walker along with a Pringles can? Just asking for a friend.
Well, that can't hurt.
Killery deepfake just for Pop, please.
Oh God, no.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I like the guy, you know.
Oh, you
if
can do
I keep
it.
constantly messing with him, he's going to get upset at me.
God.
Oh God.
No,
I can't do
I
it.
know a guy.
Some of you guys need to find
I
hobbies.
know a
I
guy.
tell
He
you.
wanted to hate fuck.
That
her.
is his hobby.
Yeah,
I would love to just fuck Hillary as a hate.
No,
So
no,
wait a
I
minute,
wouldn't.
wait a
No,
minute.
no.
You're saying you had a friend of yours that wanted to hate fuck Hillary? Say it isn't so.
Yeah, he just wanted to hate fuck her.
No.
I can't do that.
No.
Well-
Look, man, even like my mind going to that place
No.
it's hurting me.
That's how you get
we
a
got
dick
another
worm.
text from the retired major about the whole brief back and how you were the one critiquing our brief backs. He liked the line, "Do your own fucking brief back."
I want my briefy back.
Yeah.
Demaster 12, correction for your last LFTL. Money isn't the root of all evil. The parable of the talents shows God not only wants you to provide value to yourself and others, he expects you to. Kings 6:10 says the love of money is the root of evil, and women are the seed.
Ooh, I like it.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spreading seed like an old bird feeder. Dinosaur 13.
Almost Hemingway.
Almost. Most gun owners have better weapons safety than that Green Beret. I've lost a lot of faith in the government and military establishment to defend the country if China goes for Taiwan or the shit hits the fan. Is the West even salvageable anymore? Fuck, dude. Not very narf.
I'm going to tell you this.
Ooh.
What's going to happen is if it gets really crazy here in the United States, there's a lot of prior military people who will probably pack up and make their own goddamn army and be just as effective.
Probably true.
Well, your blue states will just completely crumble. Within 3 days, they'll be eating their own.
Yeah.
Red states like Florida, Texas, and various states that are in the Bible Belt, their mantras usually, we'll beat your ass, and then we'll pray for you.
I like that. I like that.
There'll be a thin margin of survival. But those that live in the bigger cities,
Are fucked.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
New Orleans, forget it. L.A., forget
York.
it.
I mean, you think
Chicago.
about it, you have a group of veterans that have been at war for 20 years.
Exactly.
How many
would want to get
literally
back on
just
that
trained
horse?
an insurgent army?
How many are going to want to get back on that horse?
And how many of them
Oh,
are going to be
God.
fucking pissed at you for making them get back on it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be pissed as fuck.
Yep.
I mean, I personally,
There are no amount.
I just want to get out of the way and report on the whole thing. But if I have to get involved, I am not going to be happy about it.
Neither will I.
And you'll be right next to me.
Exactly, because
We'll
I'm
be
like,
pissed off. God damn it!
no, it'd be like,
Hand me my shooting iron. God damn it!
It's
I did
gonna
not
be
want
like-
to do this shit.
it's gonna be like, no, I'm not carrying that. Why? Because my back can't take it,
I know.
motherfucker.
We'll be on four wheelers.
Yeah, we'll be on four wheelers or walkers, one of the two.
Well, I'm
get
road
you like the
marching.
X-
Fuck that. I'm 50.
We'll
Suck
get, we'll get you one of those exosuits from the other shitty Matrix sequels.
Or would it be like, go get that crew bus? That's ours.
That's ours.
That's ours.
It wouldn't be the first time we've done that.
No, it wouldn't. Or it'd be like, hey, who knows how to start a Humvee? We all do, dumbass.
Hot wire it.
Okay, let's go get it. No, you don't have to
Go
hotwire a
grab the
Humvee.
keys for the Humvee.
Yeah,
Huh?
if it's a military Humvee, every grunt knows how to start a Humvee.
There
It's
might be
easy.
a cable around the steering wheel, but you just cut that with wire cutters.
Any good grunt carries a set of bolt
There
cutters.
you go.
We
It's
did.
mine now, bitches.
Hey, we need to get over that fence. No, we don't. Okay, let's walk through.
All done. Crusader Nade. Blake pushing these soft people up front only gets them out of the way and thins the herd, while putting a ton of people at risk. So, I mean,
Well, I guess
you got to weigh your pros
literally-
and cons.
I got like the mother of all ass chewings when they asked me at a battalion briefing what I would do if I had to lead women in combat. And I looked at the colonel and said, "Sir, they won't make it to combat because I would throw them down the stairs." And the whole room's like, everyone's like, "Ooh, oh!" And I said, deadpan face. And the colonel's like, "Are you joking?"
Or how about your one favorite musical lyrical line you'd say in briefings? Someone's gonna die.
I used to drive officers nuts with that.
Being in the same room was like, don't do it. You're like, don't do it.
He's gonna
We've been
do
here
it.
for 5 hours. Don't do it. Someone's gonna die. Who said that? Immediately, the friggin' giraffe neck would go up on the officer. Who said that? I want to know who said that. And Pop's like,
Nothing.
we've been here for 5 hours, sir. I got to use the bathroom.
You made it 5 hours through something without that squirrel bladder going haywire?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, some of those briefings were just. We already went over this. Why are we going over this again? Because
Again.
somebody asked the same stupid question. So what do? All 8 pages on one question.
Stupid doesn't always stick on the first pass.
That's in my book. Because he was present at a lot of. I'm like, "Sir, could you say that again slowly?"
Slowly.
We didn't quite get that in the back, sir. You want to say that again?
Shark denture.
And then where's Pete? Hey, you want to buy a vowel?
We gotta get through this.
Yeah, we got to get through
We
this.
gotta get through this. Sorry.
I got to cut some of your stories short, man.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Shark dentures. To be fair, Blake, boomer has become more a state of mind than only an age. I'm about Pop's age, Gen Xer, and I'm frequently a boomer. I even know some older millennials like Raging Golden Eagle who self-identify as a boomer at times.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
fair
wear it with
enough.
pride.
And we all have brain farts. Shit happens. And then sometimes it's just Murphy being a dick. Crusader Nate, 3 back-to-back here. Come on, guys, smash the like button like feminists' hopes and dreams. Yeah, that would be their entire worldview. Crusader Nate, Blake, check the email from Reaper01. Let me see. Here we go. Fight days. During my boxing days, I fought an active duty Marine drill instructor in sparring. I was 22 and weighed 155. He outweighed me by at least 60 pounds, pure muscle. After 5 rounds, he had a broken nose, 2 cracked ribs, and a torn retina in his right eye. I was virtually unmarked, save for a bloody lip. Wango Tango on Thursday. Prepare your souls.
Yeah. Detached retina is serious shit.
Yes, it is. Just like a popped blood vessel in a 19-year-old's
Was that an actual fight or a
brain.
grudge match?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jail. I like Dick Fitzwell's idea of hanging a set of tags behind Pop for every life you've saved. It would look like a new age music shop in here if we did that. It would just look like wind chimes.
Just saying.
I don't know. It'd be interesting though. We could hang a few up there, but up like 400 of those and counting.
It'd be a lot.
Be a lot.
You need to put up a wet bar in the back over
Well,
there.
there's a whole.
We've got bars everywhere.
I think there's a bar in D.C. where they have a dog tag for everyone killed in Vietnam, and it
Yeah.
covers the entire ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah. Strong
cool
wind
idea,
goes through
though.
there. It's the world's largest wind chime.
It's a cool idea. We could buy some up, see how it would look. Jake Duke, gear adrift is a gift.
Okay.
Stealing cars. Fellow war hoarder, $50 super chat. Here we go.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Alive, email acting up, whatever. Is that contusion? Look up Elite Tactical Systems mags, fighter pilots with rifles were Duke and Flint from G.I. Joe. I'm still trying to love not understanding women. Trying help retired Ranger, Sergeant Major with VA/legal shit winning.
Oh, well.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Fellow war hoarder again. P.S. I'm trying to make inroads to get more boxing gear into our gym at the spa. If you're ever able to make it down here to Tampa, I hope to have a new American-made speed bag on the wall by the heavy bag. I started writing adults-only G.I. Joe, bitch.
All right.
Nice.
So I will say
go.
I'm not a fan of the speed bag. I use the double end bag and a heavy bag. Speed bag, not so much.
What were you saying, Loyal 9?
I was just saying, yeah, no, totally.
Yeah. Dick McFlamethrower.
Oh my God.
One word. Don't hate fuck Killery. You'll die of soul corruption. And he wants a straw.
Soul corruption.
Yeah, man. That's how you get a dick worm. Eat your soul. Fellow war hoarder, get back on the horse. I got a head count of how many horses we got here where I live. Based on the professional opinion of a master farrier I met at a cigar bar, we can outfit the entire sheriff's office and then some with them. Chaotic neutral, bitch.
Chaotic
my
neutral. There's a
favorite.
D&D player.
That's
Yeah,
my
he is.
favorite alignment.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral.
It's like, I don't give a fuck.
No fucks.
You'd be the one guy at the table to help out the bad guys.
Yes and no.
Just to
Probably.
balance it out.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Dick. Pastor Chatelet, but was he a Rule 34 guy?
Rule 34.
Is Rule 34 that if something has a hole, you can fuck it?
Let me check it. I'll look it up.
I have no idea.
Hang
Pastor Shadley's the man.
on. Pastor Chatelet. Oh, if it exists, there is porn of it. That is Rule 34.
All right.
All right.
That makes sense to me.
Fair enough.
100 library coin from SSPI Salty Space Pirate. In my humble opinion, 2 years of service required by all.
Yes.
Yes. Francois Le Chatain must really like my my impression of him because he just sent in $75.
Thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you so much, good sir. Hello, Mr. Pop und der Herr Kleiner. I'm absolutely tired of seeing our sorry excuses for official authorities with their double standards and inflated EAU figures versus downplayed poke and smoke injury numbers. Rigueur, pronounced rigueur, French for accuracy or exactness, please. Rigueur! Not to be confused with your beat. Which I remember vividly after having to. That was a great, crazy X story, though. By the way, tomorrow's bit on the backup channel, youtube.com/Grunt Speak, is all of your crazy ex-girlfriend stories. So share that one out because yours might be in there. Caleb on, National Military Service is mandatory for all Israeli citizens over the age of 18 in the IDF.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Israeli's conscription.
Yeah, Wonder Woman actually served her time.
Yeah, she served.
in
Gal
the
Gadot
IDF,
served,
yeah.
yes.
She's a fine lady. Stupid, but fine. Chad.
Oh, she's a brick?
Oh, yeah, she's a brick. She was the one who masterminded that whole celebrities singing the Imagine song video during the scamdemic first year.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Hey, give me a beer.
He wants a beer now. Oh, man. Chad, I remember the last year I was in the Commandant of the Marine Corps made us all sign a page 31, a PG-11 regarding not posting shit on Fakebook. What?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck's sakes.
If it was active duty, then it's you're a service member 24/7. So yes, you're scrutinized constantly.
Still dumb.
Oh yes.
Red Dawn Radio. Imagine you show up to group and that bitch is your senior 18 Echo. Oh, so you're in charge of communications? I see problems in our future.
Yeah.
Chad, one of our sergeants said before we went on deployment, if we got a female attached to us, we'd run until she collapses or quits.
It's usually the mantra for most. Yeah.
Yes. Berserker Brad, 1983. How do we fix this? What steps should be taken to correct everything wrong with our nation's military? Ooh.
Well, Trump was on the right track when he pretty much just gave him the keys back to the car and let the commanders handle it, and then it was getting rid of the political correctness in the military, because in order to develop character in the military, as far as where me and Pop grew up in the service, you were hazed 24/7. Ranger Battalion was like the first day of basic. If you didn't have your tab, you were in the first day of basic for the rest of your life while in Ranger Battalion. Because you were a nobody, you were a nothing, you didn't exist except for when they needed a detail or something extremely stupid.
Are you talking about being a noob in the range?
Oh yeah, noob. Yeah, if you were an actual noob, a tabless bitch in battalion.
Try being a tabless bitch who's an E4.
Yeah, it's the first day of basic training all over again, every day.
They hated me when I showed up there.
Yeah.
The question was from Berserker Brad over on Odyssey. How do we fix this? What steps should be taken to correct everything wrong with our nation's military?
Where do you start on that one?
Well, first,
wokeness and Marxism's got to go out the window.
Yeah.
That needs to go, and like you literally are going to have to retire or remove all of the officers.
Millie.
From 06 to, like, I mean, from full bird colonel to general, they all need to go.
And then you would have to start your basic training by eliminating TRADOC.
Yes.
Any of the commanders in TRADOC would have to go.
Yeah.
Reinstall meritocracy, get rid of the wokeness bullshit, because by ascribing to wokeness, you're ascribing to Marxism. Therefore, you're already in blatant violation of the oath that you took when you became.
And then
Amen!
It's like
another is to really limit the exposure or limit computer-based training.
Yeah, that
Computer-based training, much like PowerPoint,
stupid.
is a dumbed-down version of any training scenario.
oh, it's just like with the kids now. They want we're just going to do virtual learning. And then we're going to keep taking all your
Everything is based on the
taxes.
computer. You're trying to teach military on the computer.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
That's not really how that works.
So, yeah.
What do you think, Loyal 9? What are your what solution would you throw in there?
I mean, it's like what Pop said. You'd have to get rid of everything 06 and above. I mean, if you really think about it, people like Pop, people like Fitzwell, the senior enlisted, those are the guys that really have the answers to a lot of the problems.
Yeah, they do.
Get rid of a lot of the generals. I mean, because the only thing they're concerned about is getting to the next promotion.
That's right.
Bullet
right from,
points.
like,
You're right about that.
pointer guys.
Yep.
Bullet points.
Right when they graduate the academy, they're grooming them immediately to become a general. But the enlisted guy who's actually done the actual work, they're not concerned about what their next promotion's going to be. They're concerned about the guy next to them. They're concerned about the guy, in a shitty marriage. They're concerned about, the actual life. The general's concerned about their career. You know, the enlisted guy really needs to have more of a say in what's going on. I mean, that's how I would say it.
Well, as an enlisted guy, my priority was, I just want to eat. I just want to sleep. Okay, because some days were just bad enough because you didn't get lunch. You're on a shitty detail because, well, you're the new guy, you're the private, and you had to earn your bones.
Yeah. You gotta earn it.
And all you want, and all I thought about was just getting to my next meal. I was just that hungry. I don't know why, but that was.
When I was in basic, I was the same way.
Yeah, I just want to get to dinner. That's it.
That's a simple guy right there.
Wizoid gaff. Erection, ejaculation, semen. EES?
Nice.
Friend of
Okay.
yours?
No.
No, not you. I'm talking to Loyal 9. Friend of yours?
It might be, honestly. I got some fucking really geeked up followers.
All right.
All right. Well,
Because it's the first time that I remember seeing him in here. Caleb on, the Democrat-controlled megacities, New Orleans, L.A., New York City, Philadelphia, Chicago are screwed. So exactly what you were saying there.
yes.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this a few times. What'll happen is because they've got superior numbers in those areas, they will seize control of those areas quite handily, and then they'll declare victory like Napoleon and go home, and then all the people in the sticks will cut them off from water, power, gas, food, everything, and then over the course of a couple of weeks, you would see them eat each other.
Yeah. In
It would take more than a couple weeks, but they'll go nuts. Yeah.
3 days. That's the actual statistic I read. It would only take 3 days in the bigger cities like New York, LA,
72 hours.
San Francisco. 3 days with the power being completely out.
Yeah.
Food will go rotten.
Isn't that what you actually said at one point in one of your layers, that at any given time you're 72 hours away from complete calamity?
Correct.
Some fat tub of shit who doesn't have a life outside of trying to critique this guy.
I fucked it up, though.
No, you didn't, because I rember watching that episode.
Okay. I thought
You
I
said
fucked it up.
at any given time you're 72 hours away from calamity.
Okay.
They took it as, this drunk motherfucker said the world's going to end in 3 days. Still waiting. Huh.
Yeah,
They
whatever.
don't understand that it really takes 3 days for if you cut off the supply chains,
Yep.
trucks stop coming into the city.
Yep.
The moment that happens, all hell breaks loose.
Exactly.
3
Yeah.
days. That's all it takes. Motherfuckers don't have canned food and
Well,
Nope.
okay.
Mylar
Pop
MREs and shit.
and myself, we've seen the cities in the Middle East. We've seen these places, and quite literally, you'd walk into what would have been a supermarket or something of that utility for a community. You just kind of wonder, how long did it take for it just to get to the point where they're in the Stone Age? There's no power, there's no water, there are no amenities. They're simply just buildings that are in our way.
Pretty much.
Jail.
Sure.
All right. That finishes up the chats over on Odyssey. Going to jump back here to YouTube to see if there were any more. Oh, yeah, there is. Holy cow.
shit.
There's a few in here. M. Pujo, Divorce Unicorn, $86. Best money I ever spent. Nice. Shadow Tempest, your stuff on administrative violence saved my life and helped keep my daughter a part of my life. I documented everything and reconned my ex, so she did nothing. She did nothing or got nothing? She did nothing. You might have found a little different.
Yes. And we will have administrative violence out for all you guys.
Yes, we have shot the webinar. We're just we're like 10% away from completion of principal photography. Once we're there,
It's on.
it's game on. It's going to be a hell of an edit, but I'm looking forward to it.
Are you going to turn this into an actual book or some little bit of a user manual?
Yeah. Well, it's
There's going to be a workbook.
There's going to workbook.
It's a workbook.
There's videos.
There's a video walks you through the whole thing.
Yeah, it's going to be about 2 to 3 hours of content.
I got to type up the workbook and then have him depop it. So
Yeah, that's how it
everyone
goes.
can read
Are you going to make it interactive where you can pause it and click on certain tabs and shit like that?
We're not that good.
This is our first attempt, so
Hard to do.
it is hard to do.
All right. You never know. You might find some crazy guy with a big ass budget who just might want to streamline that.
You
Well, I
never
think
know.
I'm going to call up my buddy Staff Sergeant Sportello, and he and I are going to do work on the military administrative violence.
Yeah.
You're two different realms of thought, but I can see where you're going with this.
The guys need it.
Similar hierarchy. Cross stuff. That's why it was a guilty pleasure. Keith Peterson, thank you for the shout-outs, Blake, and thank you for the donations, good sir, and for the butts. I always like looking at those. Andrew Phillips, have a good evening, gentlemen. Space Ghost is on. Sleep well, good sir. Keith Peterson, let's do this again Thursday. It's going to happen.
All right.
The Paranormal Soldier, can I get another one of Pop and Boxed Wine and Catland? Never gets old, man. Never gets old.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no swear. Stop!
Never gets old.
Never, ever gets old.
I love it.
Sergeant OU-812.
It's up there with Stairway.
It's up there. Sergeant OU-812 with a donation. Thank you very much. If you had a comment, it was deleted by Susie Q. Jaffa won the bound. Some of us salty bastards are stuck behind blue curtain. What's the old saying? We are surrounded by We are surrounded by a great target-rich environment. I ate going quietly.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. Man, when you have typos, it takes me a while to unfuck my brain pan to read those typos. M. Pujo, hardest burn, Marine First Sergeant says about an 0311. We got the wrong Smith suggesting that his wife was harder. Haven't heard that one before. And you look confused, so I'm not alone. Evil Zombie Toe, Texas Guard was told we have until June 30th to get the jab. After that, it's unpaid AWOL, followed by out processing as other than honorable.
They just created that?
No, they're not. Listen, for you to get an other than honorable, you royally got to fuck up and be court-martialed. They just can't willy-nilly hand those out.
It's a threat.
Yeah.
It's an empty threat.
I know someone in the Oklahoma National Guard. It's a captain, and they have 12. The Oklahoma National Guard alone has 12,000 religious exemptions. Not a single one has been approved.
Yep.
Yep.
They're
Because they
threatening
don't
them with
care.
other than honorable.
I do know a lot of police officers that are leaving their current stations and going to Florida because they're offering $5,000 sign-on bonuses. In Pensacola, as a
seen
police
that.
officer, they're willing to waive. You do a two-week train-up. If anybody in his audience could correct me on this, please do. But I know Florida is hiring police officers from outside the state as well.
Nice.
No jab.
Yeah.
They're not playing this whole mandatory vaccination game.
Yeah. You're going to
They're
see
not,
these
they're not
states.
doing that.
Yeah, you're going to see these states that don't have these exemptions. Their economies are going to blow up.
Florida. That's why I chose Florida, because Florida is just going crazy,
Yep.
and I love it. It
Yeah, a
was
lot of people
it was
moving there.
fantastic down there when I was there.
Yep. And I know a lot of hypocrites up here who want to point their finger at you and tell you that you're going to kill grandma who've been going on vacation down there, and they think that we wouldn't notice.
Yep. Now let's roll through these super chats. It's almost 11, man.
You got it.
We're an hour late.
Yeah, shut up, Marty. Parker Franklin, Blake just sent you an email for Pop. If you have time, it would be great for this episode. We're not going to be able to fit anything in tonight. If you want to fit something in tonight, just call Pop's ex-wife. 2000.
God damn, allegedly. You're going to get me sued, man. Stop.
Sorry. I can't help it, man. They just keep coming to me. Well, I'll keep an eye out for that. And hey, if it's really good, we'll do it on Thursday. 2000 saved love balloons. Dumbest thing you guys ever did in a car.
Oh shit!
Well,
Is this part of
I
your
would say
evil
fuck
genius?
my ex-girlfriend's mom.
what?
Nicely done.
No. I think the dumbest thing I ever did in a car was drive around and throw wet spaghetti at people.
Okay,
No,
that's
no.
fine.
No, that's not the dumbest thing you've done.
I don't know.
The BB gun,
Oh,
shooting cats in windows.
that wasn't me.
Nice.
Well, he does that for fun still.
I was in the car, but that wasn't me doing it.
Was that a guy with the 22 who was actually shooting cats?
He was a serial killer in training. I swear to you.
And you were still in the same vehicle with him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he
It
was
was
going
kind
to
of
do
like
it.
the Dave Chappelle Wayne Brady
all right,
moment when they were both in the same
All right,
car.
now, first of all, hang on.
We're going off in the weeds again.
Yes.
I go in the car. We hang out. We grab some food, and we got a couple beers, and then we're driving through on-post housing on Fort Lewis, and he starts muttering, "You fucking motherfucking sons of bitches!" And we stop at this little cul-de-sac, And he's like, "There's that bitch right there." And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He goes, "You see that fucking cat? The one in the house behind the glass? She's been teasing me." Takes out this fucking 22. It's got a CB cap in it. Boom. You see the cat? Like, I'm like, "Oh my God! You're gonna get us arrested!" He shoots the fucking cat in the house through the glass.
While you're in the car.
While I was the guy's a serial killer in training. I'm telling
Well,
you.
I thought it was with a BB gun.
No, it was a CB cap 22.
Oh man. Give him a nickname in today's.
But
day and
I
age.
was just in the car. I didn't shoot anything.
Call him
You're like
Fletcher.
the Dave Chappelle, Wayne Brady moment.
Yeah.
At that, the look on your face could have been like just how Chappelle was when Wayne Brady said, "Run, bitch, run for your life, run, bitch, run for your life." Wayne Brady gonna smack a bitch,
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
choke a bitch. Yeah, that's right. The look on your face.
Okay,
with it.
but now that we've done that, Loyal 9, you fucked your ex-girlfriend's mom.
Oh yeah, it was an interesting time. I was 17.
That was the very
18.
grunt thing to do.
Okay, so it was
Yeah.
illegal for her, so that takes it up another notch.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. You know, my ex-girlfriend like cheated on me a few times and I found out, so I was like, fuck this bitch.
So you went straight to the throat.
Oh yeah.
I like
Absolutely.
it.
Wow.
I like it.
All right, you guys got to do the golf clap thing.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Actually kind of takes me back to, obscure movie references. Colin Trevorrow, who directed Jurassic World, shit movie, didn't like it. But his first short film that he made in college was called Home Base. You can see it on YouTube. And just think about Loyal 9 while you're watching it, and you're welcome. It's a hilarious short. Watch it. Again, called Home Base. Enjoy. All right. That's the dumbest thing I ever did in a car. Made out with a no-titty chick, and that's when I found out she had hair in her nipples.
Oh,
Oh, my ex-wife had hairy nipples.
and you married her?
Found that out.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, so like, I didn't know. I swear. After we got married, we were showering together, and I saw her shaving her nipples, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is weird." And then I started figuring it out, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucked up."
Yeah.
I would have figured it out from the razor burn.
Well, things happen.
Yeah, no, this chick
Yeah.
just kind of let it go, and I'm like,
Nah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Good
many-
times.
Things happen.
It's a good thing that she was like a 9 otherwise. Otherwise, I probably would have just kicked her out of the car on the way home. Lawnmower Maniac, good day from Perth, Western Australia. Thank you very much for tuning in, good sir. Keith Peterson, this episode needs a nice but. We always got him on standby.
Nice.
Have some good ones there.
Oh yeah.
All right, one more run through here before we clock out.
And,
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
give us a final tally.
Yes, fellow war hoarder. One last thing. French Foreign Legion and the other older age plans I shared with you are still directly at the forefront of my mind. I'm so effing bored. I'm tired of watching America implode. So boring. Good night. I need to go get a beer. Blake, straw. Ooh. Wa-cha-cha. All right. Do one last look through here. I don't want to miss anybody's super chats. I think one of the reasons you guys actually watch till the end is because we do read them all. I don't want to miss anybody. Thank you all again very much for tuning in. Final roll call here. 54 on MGTOW.tv, 68 on DLive, 65 on Twitch, 114 on Odyssey. And over on YouTube, we still got 1,007 watching. Just drop
Holy
below that a
shit.
little bit.
Wow.
1,046 likes.
Wow.
And that was a very impressive block, good sir.
All right.
All right. So, Loyal 9, tell the audience where they can find you if they don't have an Odyssey account.
They can find me on YouTube. They can find me on Rumble, BitChute, if you guys like BitChute. But I'm pretty much on those platforms. Odyssey's my primary. All my deep dives, the actual like miniature documentaries, those are only on YouTube. My live streams and deep dives are on Odyssey and BitChute and Rumble. But if you just want to watch my deep dives, go to YouTube. But they are on other platforms as well.
Outstanding.
Outstanding, man. And we had talked about, hopefully you'll be able to make an appearance on his show sometime in the future.
Sure. We can work something out.
Yeah, 'cause
sure.
I'm
Love
the
to have you.
post-production guy, so I'm the one who's always busy between shows. But if you want to have Pop on your show, I'm sure you guys could definitely talk some anti-communism. I want to thank Senior Airman Richard Fitzwell for once again joining us. Loyal 9, I want to thank you for joining us also. Hopefully we'll have you back again sometime. Pop, take us out with a safety briefing.
All right, don't drink and drive, don't drink and swim. Wear a condom, take it with you, or flush it down the toilet. If you have to use a weapon to defend yourself, shoot to kill, not wound, because one generates a lot of paperwork.
That's very true. And just because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to take us out tonight with Fat Punisher. We'll see you on Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel.
What a dick.
And now, performing another classical work, the Great Wackarotti.
Oh God, this is making me burp like a mother. I'm going out.